Good evening, everybody, and welcome again to the Toon Review for this second live show of the day. A massive big thank you and a well done to Billy Bob on the fantastic commentary of the England U21's as they dispatched Germany 2-0, and which means Germany are out of the competition after Israel pulled off a stunning win earlier in the day as well. So Germany are going home. England 3-2-0 wins, and they're in the quarterfinals. But now we turn our attention to Italy and, of course, Sandro Tonali. We're around 12 minutes away from kickoff, and we're looking forward to seeing him play again in what can only be described as a very, very wet evening. But we will also be talking Newcastle United throughout the game. So if you've got any questions or any thoughts that you'd like to bring up during the show, please do so. You know, it's a watch along and a sort of latest news show as well. So there'll not be full commentary on this game. We'll just be keeping a close eye on the Italy skipper, of course, and going through any Newcastle United news. But it seems, guys, like Mr. Szoboszlai is wanted by Liverpool, guys. What do you make of that?
It's one of them. I guess they need a quality improvement in those kinds of areas, with Elliott still progressing and being young, Curtis Jones being used towards the back end of last season, but still being quite young. Obviously, Firmino's gone, who wasn't really a midfielder, but even so, their depth is... They need a bit more of it. So I don't think it would be a bad signing for them at all. I'd prefer if we got him, to be honest, but you know, they can't be... None of this... Klopp and we haven't got the ceiling of other clubs and all of this nonsense. I'm sorry, you're dropping 100 million on Nunez, and then you're going to bring McAllister in for God knows what with add-ons, plus potentially Szoboszlai and players of that nature. I don't want to hear anything about money from Clipperty ever again. It would be very hypocritical.
Well, I mean, it was only a few days ago they were linked with putting a bid in for Mbappe, wasn't it? I mean, that was
ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely ludicrous. I mean, Billy, it's you know, it's one of these things, isn't it? We're going through the transfer window again, and we're looking at, you know, literally every day there's different news popping up on the screen about players going here, players going there. You know, new teams coming into the equation for players. It's going to happen all the way through the window, isn't it, mate? So we've just got to... Newcastle United, we have been proven since the takeover to go for players who just come out of the blue. And it seems like that's going to be the case through this window as well.
And it's paper talk, a lot of it. I mean, if you owned a paper, you'd be aiming your rumours or your made-up stories at the most supported sides in the country, because obviously the more people that support, the more people that buy, and that's it's all financial to them. Hence why Liverpool are linked with all and sundry. Hence why Man United are linked with all and sundry. And it's what the press do. It's their way of selling papers, basically. In this day and age, or getting clicks on the websites. You know, it's this day and age. So I wouldn't take a lot of notice of it. I'll wait and see what
some
happens.
YouTube channels do that as well, to be fair. Matt says, hi from sunny Oslo, Norway. Tonali. Well, interesting to see who you'll be supporting tonight, Matt. Of course, they're taking on the Norwegian under-21s. It's Group D, and it's from the Cluj Arena in Napoca. Is that right? Napoca?
FC Cluj.
Yeah, FC Cluj, or however you pronounce it. Tom says, Paul, Alex, thoughts about the Football Manager news today? You will be able to transfer previously saved games to the new version. Yes, I have read about that. And I've also read that I think it's FM25 is going to be a whole revamp of the system, the graphics, the gameplay, the whole shebang is going to change in 2025, bringing the women's leagues in as well. So it's going to be a full revamp. 24 will be just another sort of touch-up, shall we say. But yeah, I mean, look, it might be easier for me to play as well. Maybe I'll start playing in the women's league, and I might have a chance if I start off being Man City women or sort of Chelsea women I might have an opportunity to win some games on it. Jock says, Caboose, we will all be having late nights in the UK. Yep, when we go to America, we will be giving you watch-alongs as long as they are available to us, which I think they will be. Wes, this evening, everyone. Round 2 of the watch-along doubleheader. Hope everyone is well. What's people's thoughts on Liverpool targeting Shabazz? I see they loaned the young lad to RB Leipzig as well. Yeah, but football works in very mysterious ways. And just because they've loaned a player to Leipzig, that does not guarantee by any stretch of the imagination that they're going to get Shabazz. I'm just looking at some Norwegian women dancing in the crowd there. Not that there's a big crowd. I'm not seeing there is bums on seats, but there's not a big crowd there because the weather is simply horrendous. Evening to Paul Gardner. Caboose, good evening to you. S32. Simon, good evening. Mason, Carl, Ian Fleming. What a background, Alex, says Geordie lad. Yep, it was the only one he could choose, to be fair. Chipper says, do you think Leicester have rinsed Spurs of all the funds for Maddison and means they will have to sell Kane now? I think Kane's on his way.
They've bought keepers, haven't they, as well? They bought a keeper from Italy today, and they've also bought Udogi before. So they're spending a few quid, to be fair. I mean, not like Levi, is it? Levi, whatever you want to call him.
Levy.
Maybe they're expecting some money for Kane in. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm expecting. I think Kane will move on. The more the days pass by, there's been sort of some radio reports today that Kane's agreed. He's already spoken to Bayern Munich and agreed personal terms, but obviously the clubs need to agree a fee. I don't know how true that is. I guess we'll just see over time. George, good evening to you. Tom wants to know what Jurgen Klopp thinks about Szoboszlai. Well, I mean, he'll be with us at some point over the summer, I guess. Timmy says, I will be pissed if we miss out on Maddison and Szoboszlai. Yeah, but Timmy, what you need to take into account here is that we could be going for someone else. There might be somebody else on the radar that we, as fans, don't know about. It just happens. We're just looking at the players in the tunnel there. Tonali is playing, captaining the side again. God, do you know what it is? When you look at him, he looks like so many different people. Celebrities. It's crazy. Keith says, I'm on vacation in Ghana, so I can't donate or add memberships, but I would if I could. Keith, I think you've done quite enough over the last few months, matey. Let's hope the man Tonali does well tonight. Can't wait for the unveil. That's my guy. Indeed. Any truth in the rumour Man U have put a transfer request for the Toon fans to replace theirs?
It was a feeble protest they made, wasn't it, the other day?
Well, wasn't it pathetic? I was going to say. I mean, it was really pathetic. I mean, they expected all these thousands of people to turn up, and it was literally a handful of people decided to turn up for the protest. And
that's it.
What I laughed at was there was a picture today showing a massive police presence there, expecting riots and stuff like that, and it just never happened. Lots of Norwich colours, though. Lots of Norwich City shirts again.
But the train was on strike yesterday, because I mean, obviously the trains from London wouldn't have been able to get there if they were on strike. So
well, that's a point. I don't know whether they were on strike, Billy. That's a good point, actually. I'm not sure. Julie J, good evening, everyone, and hi again to those who were on earlier. Usual things apply tonight, guys. If you do enjoy tonight's show, we have put a double header on for you today. Please do show your appreciation by hitting the thumbs up button and keep us relevant in the search bars on YouTube. And of course, if you're new and like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, which is free to do so. And also that notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any videos. Come and be part of this incredible community that we have here. You can become a member if you hit that join button just underneath the show itself. That will help you support the channel every month, as well as be entered into members' draws. And you can donate to the show live on air tonight by hitting that $ right at the bottom of the live comments. That'll take you through to a payment method and also guarantee that you get your comment read out. So thank you in advance for all that, guys. Toon Gamer says, rumour today we are interested in Benfica young centre-back Silva. I've seen more links to França today, or Franca, however you want to.
Also Inacio.
Yeah. But I think left back is going to be pretty up there with the priorities. I would have thought.
Yeah, I think we definitely need a midfield player, stroke forward player, don't we? I mean, that's You know, that seems to be what we're looking for. Firstly, whether it be Szoboszlai, doesn't look like it's going to be Madison now, but they'll have the ones in the fine, no doubt, and then a left back and probably a right-sided centre back. I think we're okay then. Possibly a third striker.
Peter says, heard today Manquillo will be going back to Spain on a free. Peter, what I will say is I've only seen one reporting that, and that is Dan Ashworth on Twitter. That is not him. That is not Dan Ashworth, okay? So, listen, we expect Manquillo to leave. We spoke about that many times before. But, wait for proper confirmation. Lisa's evening, Paul, Alex and Billy. Well done. Great commentary on the England match. Just a walk in the park for England. Germany were disappointing, Billy. They didn't really come out with any fire.
No, they had no urgency or ambition to try and do anything in the game. They started off slowly. The defence were awful at first. They got better as the game went on. Specifically, the captain did anyway. But they never really attempted anything. You know, it was all very pedestrian. Like watching a testimonial, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah. Ian wants to know if Alex has had enough. I think he's busy writing some stats down or something because he keeps looking up at the sky. I thought that's what he was doing. He's in the zone of statistics at the moment as the Italian national anthem has now started. Nondo's playing by the looks of things, so they'll have a bit of pace up front. They need to win, though, don't they? Because they lost the first game, so they do need to win. Ian Fleming, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, just like to say, great commentary earlier, Billy. Thanks very much, Ian. Would-be farmer says, I ordered my poster of Tonali. Think the missus will let me hang it in the sitting room. Well, he's a good-looking bloke. I don't see why not.
Go on the bedroom ceiling, Dennis. Be careful there.
Yeah, definitely. Tom says, don't get wound up. We're in good hands. Trust the process. I've seen a lot of that, a lot of words like that today.
It's been a while.
Keith said we should go in for one of the American midfielders. There's some honest potential there. I'm not sure how Alex would feel about getting some of the...
we could just shop in a better, pond and get better players.
Mm-hmm.
But I like some of them. I think there's some great potential. I think Tyler Adams is a vastly underrated player.
Yes.
But we don't need to take a risk on an American. If we think it fits it, then we'll give them a go. But it's not essential that we add an American to the team.
Shane, you can go and watch the game on UEFA TV. Just search UEFA TV in Google, create an account, which is free, and then you can watch the game live with us. It's pretty much everybody's at the same. There's a couple of seconds, I think, difference when we did it the other day, but not much difference. Ash said, I'd like to say well done to Billy. Great on the England game, mate. Yep, definitely. Connie, good evening to you. What channel is the U21's on? We've just said it. Predators is bleeding Klopp sniffing around players that we are interested in. It's always the same. Turkey Teeth needs to do his own scouting. Irregularity says, does anyone think we're out of the race for Szoboszlai, or can we still get him? Just because Liverpool are in for him doesn't mean that we can't get him, guys. Let's be honest. We are in a bigger pond now and a more expensive pond to bring players in, of course, but there's no reason, Billy, why we can't still get him, even though Liverpool has shown an interest.
Well, if that's if they are showing an interest, we don't know for sure, do we? It could be lots of things. It could be Leipzig trying to create a bit of interest in him to create a bidding war after the release clause dies at the end of the week. Yeah. Lots of reasons. It could be loads of things, but yeah, I think we're still in for him. Of course we do.
Absolutely. Paul Gardner says, do we want Italy to lose tonight so it speeds up seeing him lift the Toon scarf at St James's Park?
So a few people have asked me that on Twitter as well. I don't think it matters either way. I think it's win-win, right? Either way, he gets experience in a decent tournament, international, captains aside. Against if they get through, he's likely to play Spain, or if he gets knocked out, we get him back sooner. So I think it's win-win, really. As long as he doesn't get injured, it's win-win.
Well, that's the main thing. But I think he'll play a big part tonight against Norway. We're just about to kick off, by the way. So those of you that aren't watching the game online, we will keep you updated on how Tonali plays. Super chat coming from Peter Dolan, £20. Thank you very much, Peter. That's very kind of you, mate. And thank you for your continued contributions to the Toon Review. Hope we get Szoboszlai, but not holding my breath. Well, look, at the end of the day, like we said before, we could be in for somebody else, Alex. There might be somebody in the pipeline who we all don't know about, nobody knows about, just like with the Tonali deal. And then Livramento that came up, nobody saw us going in for him either.
No, I'm sure there's a comprehensive scouting list, and we will do our best to make sure we're ready for the upcoming season and the Champions League demands. They're well aware that they won't want to be going into this season unprepared, because there's the potential for it to go wrong. If we finish 4th in our group and end the season sort of 8th, then it is a little bit of a regression. I mean, there's no guarantees we're going to get in the top 4 again, but we at least want to try and finish 3rd in our group minimum. So we can at least go into the Europa League and play some more games, and then, try and maybe not get knocked out of the FA Cup first time. We'll see. I have faith. I think we've employed the right people. We've comprehensively added to our scouting department. We've got Ashworth in. I think they're trying to make sure that we don't drop out of the top 4 again, and we try and give it a real good go next season.
Yeah. By the way, Peter Dolan, Susan's just messaged me and said, I think you were the last one to order a mug before we've really stopped selling them. So you wanted a name on your mug, but you haven't stated what name you want. So if you can message us, please, Peter, and let us know what name you want on the mug, because we are revamping the whole thing over the summer. So they won't be on sale very shortly. I Like Coffee says it looks like Pulisic is going to AC Milan. Indeed, as Tonali's been wiped out there, but luckily he's back on his feet. Bit of a nasty tackle, that actually. New Jersey Geordie says Alex needed to slip in the banter against the US. I felt it coming. Reese says
there's no need for that. They do it to themselves.
Did you see the tweet I tagged it? Yes, I did, mate. Thank you. But to be honest, I pay no more attention to them because they're full of crap, to be honest. Ian Skinner says he's created an account on UEFA TV, but still can't see where to select the Italy game. Just come out of it and go back in again, Ian. For some reason, some people have to do that, and then you'll see the live games that are optional. If the Switzerland one comes up, there's an arrow to the right of it. Just click that, and it'll take you to the Italy one. Seacrest Boxers says, wasn't bothered about Madison, but I'm biting on a stick about Szoboszlai. Can't let Clipperty and the Monkey Scousers have him. I must admit, I think I'd be disappointed if he went to Liverpool, given that he's been so highly linked with us. I would be disappointed to miss out on him simply because he's an excellent player, and he'd do really well in our side, Billy.
100%. I mean, if Liverpool are interested in him, it's one of 2 reasons. They see him as a massive part of their future, which he would be, but also it's taking a part of us away. We're a bona fide rival to them now. If they can buy players to stop us from buying them, it's a tactic that other clubs have used in the past. Indeed, Liverpool have, to be fair.
Now, I did hear on Talk Sport earlier on today regarding Anderson at Crystal Palace. Apparently, we're highly linked with him again. And then I think it was Alex Crooker or whatever his name is, turned around and said, if we went for Anderson, that would pretty much be our transfer budget done and dusted. And I had to laugh because I thought, well, how the hell do you know? And to be fair to Simon Jordan, he shouted him down on it and said, nobody knows what the transfer budget is at Newcastle. They could be doing things behind the scenes which will free up money and things like that. So honestly, ridiculous. Predator says, if some reason we do go into the new season unprepared, then it's criminal. We'll not be unprepared. I mean, unprepared is a little bit harsh, I think. I mean, Alex, if Tonali's the only one, would you be disappointed?
Oh, if this is the last signing of the window, yes, I would be disappointed. 100%. But we need more. Like, I wouldn't be too fussed if some people are expecting like a lot of signings. I don't think we need loads. We can build slowly. There's always the January window. It depends on outgoings. Yeah. However, we need more than just Tonali.
Indeed. Nonto's just given the ball away dreadfully there. I don't think his teammates were very pleased with that. Kevin, we can't show the game on split screen, mate, because copyright issues. We're not allowed. Even though it's free to air on their website, we still, and I wouldn't like, to be honest, UEFA to come after me for copyright because it might cost me a few dollars. Lee says, if Howe fails to even get Conference League next season, you think that could be the end? Of course, I'd not want it to be myself. Well,
it depends on the context, surely.
Yeah, don't think about that, Lee. Just think positively about another great season. Look, there's a lot of panic going on again on social media about us signing players and the fact that we've brought one player in. Just don't panic. You know, these guys know what they're doing. That's a horrendous tackle, by the way. Wow. I mean, slid in from behind. I think the Italian made a few extra rolls to confirm the yellow card, but there you go.
James Maddison has completed his medical at Tottenham, incidentally.
Yeah, I've just seen that. So there you go.
That previous comment as well about finishing 8th, by the way. I think what's more important is a points total and the context of the Champions League. Like, if we get in and around a similar points total to last season, but it's not 4th anymore because Chelsea and everybody else has kind of picked it back up again, then we should still be proud of that. If we get out of our Champions League group and get a reasonable amount of points, it's fine. It's slow growth. We're well ahead of schedule.
Billy, I'll take it those under the bridge troll noises were from because Italy really should have took a shot there and they didn't. Peter Dolan, thank you very much for another 20 quid, and he wants the name Shea on his mug. Susan, there you go. Shea, for my grandson who is a district level goalkeeper. There you go. Brian, if they're getting him, they get him. We got Tonali. Francisco,
Tonali.
Good evening, mate.
That's 3. I'm not letting you get away with that anymore. That's 3 times.
I deliberately said it because I'm testing you, Alex. I'm testing you.
Tonali. It sounds like canned Tonali. It sounds like beans.
I know how much it riles you. I mean, it really riles you for some reason.
It hurts me. I lose a piece of my soul every time you say Tonali.
Yes, I know, which is why I'm doing it. Good evening, Francisco. Yes, I did get the video, matey. I think Francisco might be joining us on the show tomorrow night, live from Puerto Rico. So we'll be looking forward to having him back on a show to chat Newcastle United. Woodby says Newcastle is a business. For the right price, the right player would sell shirts in a big market that could grow the brand, bring in more revenue, so better players could be brought in. Do you think, though, Billy, there's a lot of fans thinking that, because we finished in the Champions League last season, that we were going to go for the big, loads of world-class players in the summer, spend a fortune instead of just keeping this steady process going?
I'm sure some were. And to say steady, it hasn't been steady, has it? We've gone from relegation candidates to Champions League.
Absolutely.
Qualifiers in 18 months. So it hasn't been steady. It's going to slow down at some point, and we are doing our transfer business at least at a slow and steady rate. And a lot of it's going to be organic as well with the youth players we're buying. So yeah, it was never going to be massive Galacticos coming into the club. We just ain't allowed to do that anymore. The rules have changed since then.
Absolutely. But just remember as well, guys, that if you're not sure of anything, go and watch Yasser Al-Ramayan's interview a couple of days ago. If you want confirmation of what his ambition is for the club, is simply to be number one. And, you just have to listen to his words and how enthusiastic he is about everything. So, there might be some players that we miss out on. Clubs miss out on players every transfer window that they've targeted, and they end up losing out and going somewhere else. But the main thing is, and Alex, I want your thoughts on this, because a lot of the press have said that Newcastle United have missed out on James Maddison. Now, surely you only miss out on him if you actually bid for him. And yeah, there was rumours of a £40 million bid in the winter, but this summer window, we haven't bid. There's been nothing from the club saying we bid either.
No, I mean, it's not missing out because the price is too much in regards to the transfer fee and the wages.
Yeah.
Right. He's got 1 year remaining on his contract. The fee's far too large. It should be 35 million, like absolute tops. It's 1 year remaining. And then additionally, 170,000 a week, maybe a bit more than that.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's not a problem. We'll just walk away. Is he a great player? Yes. Would he fit well in the team? Yes. But it's just too much. And it's not,
Well, you say that about fitting into the team. I did see this. Toon Gamers saying reports today we didn't sign Maddison because of Maxi and would be less solid defensively.
No, I don't agree with that. I think that's nonsense because we had 2 official bids for him before, and we know they were official bids, and none of that came out last time. Why would it suddenly be an issue now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where that's come from. I do remember seeing that headline today. I can't remember where it came from. Respectfully, journalists can be wrong. I think that's nonsense.
Definitely. Jack's in the house. Evening, buddy. Michael says 100% correct. If we finish with more points and we don't reach fourth spot, it's still a great achievement. Yeah, look, the season's weeks away yet, and just let's enjoy the ride. I mean, what a ride this season is going to be. You know, going to Champions League and hopefully on some cup runs. Eddie stated that he's going to treat the cups very seriously this year. I have no doubt in my mind that he's been honest in that. I think he learned a lot from the FA Cup. That's a certainty, because the two FA Cups he's had at Newcastle, we've been knocked out in the third round, which is straight. Wow, that was dodgy.
Ray Madison as well. When we went from in January, we weren't a Champions League side. Then we were trying to cement ourselves a Champions League place. European football was the what we were really going for. Now I think we're headed for a more elite player than Dave Madison, if I'm perfectly honest. You know?
Yeah. I mean, look, I've said many times on this show that I love Madison, and I think he's a brilliant, talented footballer. He's gone to Tottenham. That deal has ended. It's ended the saga of will he go, where is he going to go? He doesn't have to be talked about anymore. We can all move on from that. For me, it's going to be very interesting. That's a terrible header from Nondo, DME. Should have scored. Yeah.
50 pence piece head. He's probably never headed the ball before.
Good ball in from, I think it was Bellanova, wasn't it? Terrible header, that. For somebody that's only 4 foot tall, I mean, he didn't even have to jump for that. He should bury that one. Good evening, Tom. Chris O'Neill says, I don't think people realise just how much money our owners have. We will get the sponsors in and we will become the #1 club in the world and quicker than people think. Listen, I have no reason to doubt the chairman. If he says that and that's where these owners want to take us, but we just have to be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, we've done brilliantly to get where we are now in the Champions League. So let's just enjoy it. See who we bring in. Let's talk about that at the end of the transfer window. You know, when we do our deadline day special and it comes to the window closing, then we'll look back and think, has this been a good window or not? You know, so we've got plenty time before then.
It is worth saying as well that it's quite funny that the chairman completely undermined Eddie Howe with that interview, because Eddie Howe for the whole season said we've not got targets, it's more of a loose season, we may or may not try and just do better than last year, maybe break into the top half, maybe this, maybe that, I don't want to set targets. And then he came straight out with Champions League. Well, that was the target. We want Champions League. Completely obviously undermined it.
Oh, that's a huge miss again from Italy. I think that was 3 yards out, Billy. That's a terrible header again. I mean, good grief. That's awful. I mean, it was a lovely cross again.
Beautiful ball. Oh, he hits him on the nose.
What has he done there?
I have no idea how he's managed to put that wide, but there you go. Arturo, thanks for your €10. He says, for me, St. Maximin should start every game. It's a lack of respect from Eddie not to put him in. He just needs confidence from the club, and he will perform like he does in his prime. Alex?
Going better than that,
Okay. And Peter, thank you very much for another £20 super chat, bud. He says, Alex, I'm a polyglot. Is that right? Polyglot?
Mm-hmm.
And can speak 5 languages courtesy of a career in the Royal Navy Intelligence.
Wow.
If you wish to learn French, my rates are very reasonable.
Wow. It's one that I'm not interested in, unfortunately.
I think you find it's reasonable.
Reasonable. I am, Peter. I'd love to speak. I mean, I spoke a little Spanish in me prime, which is how I surprised Alex the other day and realized that Arturo was talking about my kahunas. So that surprised Alex, but I would like to speak French.
If you do Arabic or Mandarin, then let me know. I would love to.
Well, the King of Qatar, as I said to you last night, Alex, the King of Qatar is the man you want for that. He'll get you
Arsenal have agreed a fee with West Ham for Declan Rice, by the way.
There you go. I think that was inevitable today. I think they went in with a huge bid last night, didn't they? And then the rumours were that it was rejected. But I think it was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. Pellegri's fell over there and kicked off with the referee. I mean, he's just slipped over. No reason to be so aggressive there at all. How much is the fee for Rice, Billy? Does it say?
It doesn't say, but it's rumours to be 105 million, isn't it?
Right.
On a personal note, yeah, Peter, feel free to message me on Twitter because I would like to have a chat with you about that.
There you go. There you go, Peter. And me, I want to learn French. Voulez-vous? Where am I at here? Shane says, would you guys take Gnonto? No. I think he's a bit too raw for what we need at the minute. And certainly judging by what I've seen in the first 15 minutes of this game, no is the answer to that. Johnny Lad says, people need to calm down as we have our own targets, not just Madison, Tonali and Szoboszlai. I mean, there will be a list somewhere, Billy, won't there? I mean, Ashworth and Howe will have spoke about this. They'll have had meetings with the scouts and things like that. We don't, we know that the scouts went to Leipzig. We know that, and they've been here and there, but we don't know where they've been most of the back end of the season watching different players.
Yeah, everything's close to the chest. It's cloak and dagger stuff, isn't it? This is why no one knows who after. You get the odd snippet in the press, the odd snippet on social media from reliable sources, but in the main, like you said earlier, the Livramento thing came from nowhere. No one knew who was looking at him. No one knew who was looking at right back who can play on the left. I'll just wait, be patient. There's lots of time left. Yeah. Although we do say this every window, don't we? And we end up disappointed.
Well, of course we do. We always do. Indeed. 12-man Toon. I gather that about Madison. Look, we were obviously in for him. We were definitely in for him in the winter. That was public knowledge. But there's been nothing this summer of us going for him. There's been nobody saying, "Oh, we put a bid in." Nothing from the club at all. They may well, obviously, they have other targets. We don't even know if they're gonna. There's been a little bit of rumours about us, putting bids in for Szoboszlai, Alex, and talks have taken place, but we don't know that for certain.
What about who? Sorry, I was
Szoboszlai.
Who knows? I mean, the only thing we do know is we sent scouts because that's confirmed that we sent scouts to watch Leipzig.
Yeah,
so
indeed.
It's there are people saying, "Well, how do we know we're in for Szoboszlai?" Well, I mean, we did send scouts, so there is at least. There's more in it than previous links, and he fits a position we've been looking at. He fits the profile. It's very logical, and we've seen him play. So, but does it mean we're actively pursuing him or pursuing a deal for him? Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't really matter, does it? We'll get who we're going to get. All we can do is just sort of follow the news that we get and try and logically sort of decide what we think about it and enjoy who we do sign. And so far, Tonali seems like a great player. So,
yeah. By the way, just looking at this game, guys, I think Tonali's definitely playing deeper tonight. He's definitely playing the number 6 role tonight. He's holding back when Italy go forward. He's letting I think there's 5 of them going in front of him. I mean, they're on the attack here, and he's not exactly busting the gut to get in the penalty area, is he? So he's definitely playing deeper role today, which is good to see, actually, because it just kind of gives us a glimpse of playing in a better sort of in a deeper role tonight, where he was a little bit further forward in the other games that we've seen him. That was terrible from Gnonto again, by the way. I don't want him at all. I think he should stay at Leeds in the Championship and work on his game. Scott says, would you say Tonali is the same level as Rice or better or a bit below? Good question. Good question.
Different.
I mean, if you asked the AC Milan fans last season, I think that they'd probably turn around and say, yes, he's as good as Rice. We haven't seen enough of him yet to make that comparison.
That was nice from Cedar there. He's a good player, he is.
Oh, lovely too.
Sassuolo, he's got really good progressive carries and stuff. I was looking at the Norway players earlier. He's 5th stat match is Moussa Diaby.
Is it?
Hey, it's only from 600 minutes of data, but still, he looks like a good ball carrier there, number 11 for Norway.
Guys, did you see the news today? Moussa Sissoko is now an agent.
Oh, really? Is he retired officially? Or is he doing both?
Well, I guess he must. No, I can't see him doing both, Alex. I mean, but
I mean, you get player coaches. Why not players/player agents?
Listen, if he managed to get Tottenham to pay £35 million for him, this guy's going to be a multi-billionaire in a few years' time after a few transfer windows, isn't
There we go. What did I tell you about the dribbling?
I don't think we'll get many players from him, then, will we?
No, but I mean, he's if he can convince Tottenham that he's worth £35 million, dear God. Toon Gamer says £105 million for Rice is a joke. Tonali half the price is great business. I think it's just because he's English, isn't it, Billy? I think that's the main reason why Rice is so expensive, is because he's English.
He is, but he's a hell of a player, to be fair. He's a fantastic player.
Yeah. I mean, I remember watching... can you remember 2 seasons ago, West Ham ripped us a new one early on in the season?
Yeah.
I think they won 4-2 or something. Rice was outstanding. I mean, he was everywhere, dictating the game from start to finish. There's no doubt he is a fabulous player. But we haven't seen enough of Tonali to make comparisons. If there's any AC Milan fans out there that are still willing to speak to Newcastle fans, then please get into. He's gone on to a big chance. Wow! Now he's pretending he's injured. That is absolutely shocking.
What a
he could have squared that, and he's pretending he's injured now. There's nothing the matter with the kid. He's just embarrassed because he should have done better.
He's got the ability, though. Everything so far that's gone wrong has been his decision making.
He's shot there.
Left foot, and
curve it into the bottom corner. Great bit of play to get away, but
it was.
It's all decision making for him. He just needs he needs more time playing. He's just making the wrong decisions.
I mean, he did sort of get a bit of a clatter in there. Actually, I'm doing him an injustice.
I think you're doing him a bit harsh there, saying he's just not. I think you can see he's a great player. It's just all his own choices making him look bad at the moment.
I know
you can grow out of that.
Yeah, he is a good player. I just said he was raw. He's very raw at the minute. Now, whether a team like Newcastle and Eddie Howe would look at Nonto and say he's very raw, but I can nurture that and I can bring him on. I mean, let's be honest, he's good at doing that, Eddie Howe.
Yeah, but raw players can sometimes be great because their decision making can be great because it's all instinctive. Whereas Nonto so far, his decision making is just really poor.
So would you say that there's still part of Maxi's game that's raw?
I think he's a lot older now. I think his decision making's far better. In the back end of the final 6 months of last season, it was all passing, so much passing to release Isak and other players. So unselfish, got more assists.
Sometimes it was too much, wasn't it? Because
there were a few situations where he should have shot himself.
Yeah.
His game massively developed, which is why I'm interested to see him next. Even if he stays where he goes, I think he's going to have a good year next season if he can stay fit, because I think he's developed quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean, guys, I don't know what you think, but I think, judging by the first 20-odd minutes of this game, Italy are dominating. They haven't scored yet. And if they if they do win tonight and play Spain, I think we'll be seeing Tonali's unveiling quite soon. David says, a spenny lad here with a degree in French, German and Spanish with a smattering of Italian and Swedish who lives on the west coast of France. Wow, David.
My condolences.
Condolences?
To living in France. Did he say living in the west coast?
Living on the west coast of France, yeah.
Does France have a west coast? Is it just not a border?
Well, I would assume
have a west coast, don't they?
Of course they do, Alex.
They've got an east coast.
Does that count as west based on the...
Yeah, because you've got the south coast, which is down at, Monaco, etc., where the Med is, and then you've got the west coast, which leads into the English Channel, like Billy says.
And there's no east coast; it's landlocked on the eastern side, isn't it?
Indeed. The thing is,
I know what you mean. It's because the country's kind of slanted. It's arguably a north, but also a west. Okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Because there was a great white shark spotted just off the west coast of France last year. And they believe that those creatures will be in UK waters very soon, which fills me with absolute dread. Although I'm fascinated in sharks.
Well, if Swell above me had anything to do with it.
That's a good point, actually.
The safari video is going to be it lick me hand, but Great White Edition.
Yeah, it bit me hand off, Susan. Yeah, something along them lines. Yeah, we are heading back to that safari park, by the way, where I'm going to have a serious conversation with that giraffe. So
This Seder looks really good. That was a nice,
he does
nicely
actually,
floated ball.
I was just about
19
to say.
appearances for Sassuolo last season. He looks tidy.
Oh, that's a handball there as well. I can't understand why they don't have VAR in this tournament. What a ball in that was, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But I don't understand why they haven't got VAR. It's a major tournament, this now. The U21's Championship is becoming bigger and bigger, although you wouldn't think of given the crowd size of this tonight. However, let's be honest, the weather's dreadful, and it's Italy against Norway. It doesn't exactly fill the cockles with excitement. However, Norway are coming back at the Italians now.
Oh dear,
another chance here. Big chance. Oh, Alex, your guy just missed a sitter there. Wow. Big chance.
He had a McCann, didn't he? He had a proper McCann there.
A what?
A McCann, Mr. Sitter.
Oh, dear me. Oh. I like coffee, says, I personally think Paul's French is magnifique. Oh, oui, oui.
I'm just curious about his previous comment. Not I like coffee, sorry, the other person who studied at university. I don't know how you learn 3 languages at the same time at university. I'm not sure. I don't know how that's possible.
Well, look, he's done it. I mean, there is an element of jealousy in your voice there when you've said that, Alex. A little bit of anger.
It's more disbelief to get to a decent level.
So get up, you're funny.
In 3 years.
He's a right pussycat, isn't he? He really is. I mean, every time he goes down, he's claiming that he's been shot.
20 years is a butter, top of a butter tub for his shin pads.
Yeah. I mean, listen, shin pads these days, I mean, they're tiny, aren't they? They may as well not be there. Tom says, great show last night with Adam P. Thanks, mate. Who do you have lined up next? We have Charlie Bennett coming on with us next week, the reporter. He's done very well for himself. Big Newcastle fan, of course. Charlie Bennett will be on Wednesday next week. He couldn't make the Tuesday night, so we moved that one to Wednesday. So Charlie Bennett will be with us on Wednesday night. Looking forward to that one. We may have some more on next week as well. Emails will be pinged out to people over the course of time, and we'll see who can join us on the shows. But we had a really good response to the show with Adam last night, and really people really happy that seeing 2 good channels mixing in and the collaborations. We just get it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's not our Sissoko, same name, different guy, says Ali. I thought it was the same guy. I'm under the impression it's the same guy, but I can be wrong. Alex, can you explain how a 23-year-old can play in the under-21s?
Well, it's if they started the qualifying when they were still eligible for that age category. They're allowed to go and finish the qualifying and play the tournament they qualified for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that'd be a bit unfair. If you play, let's say you spend months and months and months playing all the qualifiers, and then you age out, and they're like, "Oh no, sorry, you can't play the tournament." But we'll play. I think
that goes through a lot of sports, to be honest.
That would be ridiculous. Otherwise, the children that didn't contribute at all will then age into the side as the people who qualified age out and then can't play. It would make no sense. It would be very unfair on the guys who actually put in all the hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, if I look back to when I played ice hockey as a kid at under 16 level, there was about 4 or 5 of us. By the time we made the championship final, we were 17. But we were 16 when the season started, so we were allowed to continue. Tonali hasn't seen a lot of the ball here, has he?
No, he hasn't.
He's just being a shield.
Yeah, he's on the ball now. Oh, sweet! I mean, it looked so simple, but it wasn't because of the situation he was in there. Just the close control, and then obviously they gave it to Nonto, and it died a death.
So if Italy were playing with a centre forward here, they'd be 3-0 up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Kieran says, with the English tax on players, Longstaff should be 50-60 million based on how good he's been under Howe. Geordie Lad said, Paul, I know what game you're talking about. It was the first game of the season, and it was the first game back from lockdown. Yes, it was. West Ham just ripped us, and I think Antonio scored a couple of goals. And it was just like, oh, here we go again. It was awful. Arani Granny says, Paul could learn a thing or two from Maxi, mainly the use of a headband. I'm going to ban you off the channel shortly. I'm getting sick of the insults. Ian says, no joy on UEFA TV, no link for the Italy game. There is. There is, Ian. Trust me, we're watching it. Irani Granny says, there is something Napoleon-esque about Alex tonight.
Apart from the height.
Yeah, Alex is just slightly smaller than Napoleon.
And also not French.
Although he'd like to be.
So quite a lot of differences, to be fair. You're having a shocker
or even dead. You're still alive, mate.
Exactly.
You know.
So
well, that is also a very good point.
Napoleon have a beard?
I don't think I don't know. I never met
So
the
don't
bloke,
wear a
to be
wig
honest.
or a big hat.
I don't think he's got a good look about him at the minute, though. Tom's back with his geographical education. He says North Coast is the Channel, the West Coast is the Atlantic, and South Coast is the Med. So those are the seas that surround the La France. So there you go. Irani Granny says, I swam with a shark once. What it was doing in my bath, I don't know. Listen, I've swung with submarines in bathtubs, and you don't want to go there. We've got a £5 super chat from Alan Kennedy. As a Geordie, I'm talking about, when you're a kid, Alex, and you go to
I know. I just thought it was maybe badly timed for what's in the news at the moment. You didn't think about that, did you?
No, I didn't. Alan Kennedy, thank you for your £5 super chat. As a Geordie, I struggle with English. Although I was stationed in Germany, I can get by with it. I watched a comedian earlier on YouTube, and he was getting some crap off somebody in the crowd, but she was German. And he was talking about sort of, you're German and you're offended by war jokes and stuff like that. And it just, like he said, you can't even use jokes like knock jokes to Germans, because you'll say knock knock, who's there? And he turns and says, it doesn't matter, we'll just knock the door down. It just proper ripped into this German woman. But there you go. I just thought that. I don't know where I'm going with that, by the way. Paul Tully says, evening, lads. Tuned into TTR's guide to political borders. Hey, we are a rift of information on this channel, Paul. You should know that by now. We are historical, we're educational, we are geographical. Hey, I said those three words without any problem there. Did you notice that? That was pretty superb for a Wednesday night, by the way.
I love how Carnesecchi, the Italy goalkeeper, looks knackered as well. He's done nothing.
Oh, deflected just wide. That was going in. That was heading in from Christina Ricci there. It was heading in, but I think that just hit him. I don't think the Norwegian defender knew much about that. Ian says he speaks Geordie and English.
Did any of you two see that German number 14 today?
Yes. Yeah.
Was he the oldest looking player you've ever seen in 21's?
Mate, I have to say, I think there's a ringer there. I honestly do.
It was as if he'd just walked in off the street, wouldn't it? He was crap as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. But saying that, though, Billy, I did see a photo on, it might have been Instagram earlier today, of Paul Goddard playing in the under-21s in 1982 against Germany. And the German defender behind him was about 7 foot tall with a massive big tash. And you can't tell me that he was 21 years old. I was just not having it. I mean, I think the Germans put some ringers in there sometimes, don't they?
On Tonali, by the way, I think I'm ready to say it. Third game in, I think he's, without a doubt, a better corner taker than Kieran Trippier now. I think once is I can't make a decision on one game. 2 matches is stronger. Now we're half an hour into the third match in a row. Every single corner has been spectacular. He's got to be our corner taker.
It's his free kicks as well, Alex. He seems to hit the mark every time. And look, we said this the other night when we did a watch along. He makes the defenders have to work or have to clear the ball. And that's what we want to see.
I appreciate that some of it's down to the setup offensively in the box, and maybe that flatters to deceive. I don't know. But the deliveries do look so good.
Absolutely. In comes a big long throw from the Norwegians. He threw it straight to the Italian goalkeeper. That was absolutely rotten. Holy hell. 800 watching tonight. Thank you so much, guys, for 800. That's absolutely brilliant. If you are enjoying the show, please do give it the thumbs up. And of course, if you're new to the channel, man. And if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. Come and be part of this wonderful community that we have here. And of course, hit that bell, which will let you know when we go live or upload any videos. And you can donate to the channel if you do so wish by hitting the $ at the bottom of the live comments, which will take you through to a payment method. And also, it will get your comment read out immediately. And of course, you can become a member of the Toon Review if you do so wish by hitting the join button just underneath the three of us. That will enable you to support the channel each month and also be entered into our prize draws. Hey, I said all that without stuttering as well. I'm on form tonight, guys. Come on, give me some credit here. You know, Alex hasn't had to laugh at me once tonight.
I'm just watching Italy just not understand that they need a centre forward. The amount of good I haven't seen that much service. For us, like, we don't provide that much service. They've had 9 or 10 decent crosses into the box, and they've made use of none of them. Not a single one. They've all been tidy deliveries. They need a centre
Alex, you'd be well suited to being one of the Italian coaches there. They're both sitting there with the beards and looking on.
I have to go bald, though. I don't want to go bald. I look like an egg.
Well, that could be arranged.
They just don't like heading the ball, are they? They're just not good at it, are they? Awful at it.
Absolutely superb balls into the area. They're just doing nothing with them. 36 minutes gone, still no score. But Tonali's had a reasonably quiet game. A few really good touches, though. But he's in that role where, well, he's just lost the ball there. But
can we get XG data for this game?
I'm sure you will. Ian says he's been in and out on multiple devices and nothing. Okay. I was expecting.
Try Control F5, hard refresh it, sign out, sign back in. See what you do. Try using a different browser.
Yeah, try. Yeah, because I normally use Google Chrome, and I had to use was it Safari the other night? Chrome wouldn't play it. Safari did. It was bizarre. Ian A says my nephew learned Mandarin, Japanese, and Korean at university in China.
Yeah, but they learn things properly in China.
I mean, Mandarin, Japanese, and Korean. I couldn't think of 3 harder languages to try and learn than that. Incredible.
You are learning the characters at the same time, technically. They just mean different things in Japanese and Mandarin.
Yeah. Mark says, good evening from the south coast. No sharks down here yet, but plenty of dolphins. You must get the basking sharks, I would have thought, on the south coast, Mark, surely. CKM says, I think Eddie will demand a higher tempo from Tonali when it comes to winning the ball back. It's difficult to judge him at this level, but so many good signs on shore here. Yes.
Well, that's why we watched the France game, because I think that was a more appropriate judge of his ability, because obviously those 3 midfielders for France are sort of Champions League quality.
By the way, have you noticed on UEFA website, Newcastle are now included in the Champions League teams?
Oh, they've updated it. Lovely.
Yes, they have. So they must have heard us kick off the other night. So they've done something about it.
We're probably drawing some good viewers to their site and awareness. It's good for them.
Oh, great ball, Tonali.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, first touch was shit.
Just slightly too heavy touch, wasn't it? Great vision again. Speaking of learning Arabic, he's in the house. Roy is here. I'm not sure what the hell that profile picture is. Is that our chairman or is that Roy? It's very hard to tell on there. Our lads watching the game on beIN Sports while winding up in the no numpties on Twitter. Well, there you go. Roy, you simply get a real kick out of doing that. But Alex wants to speak to you because he wants to learn Arabic. I suggested you would teach him. There's no better man than the King of Qatar to teach somebody Arabic. See, I could never speak Arabic because there's a lot of... a bit like Scousers, isn't there? There's like the in the voice. Very difficult. I hope I didn't offend anyone there. I probably did, but you know what? That's just the way it is. I Like Coffee says, watching Roy wind up the trolls on Twitter is entertaining indeed.
Oh, great header. Oh, nearly.
Good save. The keeper did well there, actually. Nonto's claiming a penalty again.
It's Tonali with a header. No, it was a good header.
Yeah, it was Tonali with a header, but then Nonto's gone sliding and claiming a penalty. He's on his arse again. I mean, his arse sees more grass than his bloody football studs do. Beautiful ball in. Great header from Tonali. Good save. And then Nonto falls behind the goal and just... I think the Norwegian defender was gently telling him to get up. the corner is headed away. But again, into that area where the defenders have to do something. Here's a chance. It's headed away again.
Offside and gone over gets to him. But
it's not looking across the line there. I mean, Jesus wept.
Chris Wood would have had a hat-trick in this game, honestly.
Whoa. All
he got to do is stand there and it will just hit him and roll in. Like,
well, he was good at that.
Nonto's Nonto's too small for the style they're playing. I don't understand what's going on tactically here. They're trying.
I don't understand where he's playing.
I mean, it is.
I don't understand. Is he wide left? Is he through the middle?
He's got more of a free role, but the problem is when he is getting in behind, his decision making is atrocious, and then all these early crosses they're trying, he's just not the right man to be playing that way.
Yeah. But by the way, there was a lot of spin on that ball. The keeper just literally got a fingertip on it.
It is Norway under-21s as well. They're going to face a lot more if they get out of the group.
Well, exactly. I mean, I don't think this Italian side beats the Spanish. I just can't see it.
Either.
David Bell says the west coast of France runs from Brittany to Biarritz. It was 2 degrees back to back, a joint honours in French and German, and then Spanish after. As part of degrees, I chose to do courses in Italian and Swedish. Jesus.
Wow.
We have many multilingual subscribers to this channel.
Well, I would love to go back to university one day to actually do some language stuff, but I'll be well into the future.
Chris has read today Eddie Howe had second thoughts over Maddison because he felt playing him and Maxi together would leave us too vulnerable. I don't believe that for a second. We spoke about that before. Again, I mean, Norway are defending really well, but they haven't got that centre forward who is, like just to boss them. I mean, a sort of Giroud kind of centre forward would have had 4 by now. By the way,
I mean, it is the under-21s. It's not as common to find those sorts of statures of players at this age, sort of age level. It's just one of those things.
This would have been ideal for Skamaka, wouldn't it? He'd have been in his element here.
Yeah.
Seacrest to Boxers says I'm a Yorkshire lass, so English is my second language. Yeah. Look at them boxer dogs, man. I love boxers. Love them. Caboose says, Ian, if you were still looking for the Norway-Italy match, you have to click on the broadcasters tab at the top. There you go. Teresa says, I swam with a shark in a theme park. It was expensive. It cost me an arm and a leg. Wow. Geordie Toon for Life says, Billy, what about the number 10 for Germany? What a snozzle he had. Jesus, weapon, it was massive.
The biggest nose I've ever seen. And the fattest. It was huge.
Well, Germans do have big noses, don't they? I mean, they are notorious. Please don't take this the wrong way, our fellows in Germany, but they do have big noses. I think that's just part of their being German, the size of the nose. I think you can see a German a mile away from when you're on holiday.
While they're wearing lederhosens and
they're wearing budgie smugglers for a start. You can always tell a German because they're wearing budgie smugglers. They're always throwing your towels off the sun beds and putting their own on.
Encourage stereotyping on this channel.
The wife has 68 million spiders' legs hanging from her armpit.
Yes, they're very hairy. But there you go. I mean, look, different culture. I didn't mean the big nose thing as an offensive thing. I just said they do have.
I didn't mean the offensive thing as an offensive thing. It was just
just the way Germans are.
This is better play for Italy. Well played, go on. So go on. Shoot, you prick. No, I didn't. He didn't.
Why does he hold on?
But he held on to that too late. There was a big chance again, and that's just simply decision making again. Fast, clean carpet cleaning in Houghton to Spring. Hi, Paul Brill, top man.
Nice marketing there on YouTube. I like it.
Indeed.
Thinking
yes, I'll email you after the show for some commission there. Brian says he's using an Xbox, no issues. Ian, if you're on a VPN, change it to Romania. That's what I've had to do. That's a good point, actually.
You should be able to just put your location as England if you live in England. It should be fine. You don't have to VPN Romania to watch this. It's fine. It's licensed everywhere.
It is licensed everywhere.
Go on, get on line.
Big chance down the right-hand side here. The ball is going to come in yet again, and Norway clear it yet again. It wasn't the best of crosses, to be honest. Joe says he's new to the channel, a bit crippled with financial cramp at the minute, but will become a member when I get rid of this cramp. Joe, it's fine, matey. The fact that you're with us, please do subscribe though. That is free to do so. But obviously, the fact that you're viewing and part of the channel, that's good enough for now, matey. Trust me. We don't push anybody into making super chats or becoming a member. That is completely your choice. It's just membership supports the channel on a monthly basis, but we do get some wonderful people who, constantly super chat, which is incredible as well. We have a very, very kind fan base on the Toon Review, and we appreciate every single one of you. Ian's eventually found a link by hitting the search icon, but I'm locked out. In Spain at present, doesn't work with NordVPN either. Ian, I'd give up, mate. Just listen to us and we'll tell you when Italy score. That was a nasty high boot there from the Norwegian.
Jatta, which I tried to find some information about pre-game. He's Norwegian, but that is a Gambian name.
Good,
so you never know, you might not mean to.
Was that Tonali that hit that pass?
Reverse pass, 40 yards.
It was Tonali, wasn't it?
Yes,
absolutely superb.
No look, reverse pass, 40 yards. Unbelievable. Unbelievable vision.
Yeah.
And talent and skill to do it.
It's superb. We've got 1 minute of additional time, which is done, basically. So the referee should be blowing the whistle when it comes back into play here. The Italian's fallen on his arse, but I think that's the halftime whistle. No? Yes? Yes, I think he's blown for halftime. 0-0 at halftime. Irani Granny says Twitter is an absolute cesspool. That's why I come here to entertain Paul. Okay. Well, I get enough shit on Twitter anyway, Irani Granny, but the fact that you're here fills my heart with so much comfort. It really does. Alex, get yourself away, mate, if you want to. Yeah, we'll see you for the second half, buddy. Alex will be back with us for the second half. He's had to pop to shop. Apparently, Roy's profile picture, Billy, is the Geordie dancer.
Right.
Yeah.
Suck away.
Well, Roy says there, the profile picture is my head on the Geordie dancer's body. That's a little bit freaky. I have to say, Roy, the fact that you've gone to that much effort to do that fills me with dread. Phil says, this is great. I got the match on PC, TTR on the smart TV, and messages on my phone. That's all you need. That's all you need, Phil. Andrew, good evening to you. Jack says Tonali is unreal. I mean, he hasn't been a major part of that first half, Billy, but what he's done, he's shown absolute class in doing it.
Yes, it's a much higher quality than the rest of the players on that pitch. Like you say, he hasn't been involved much, but what he has done has been sublime, some of it. So that pass just for half time. Unbelievable pass. Unbelievable pass.
Well, 57% for Italy in that first half to 43 Norway. Attempts on target, only 2 for Italy, none for Norway. 5 total attempts. It hasn't really been... I mean, I think they've had more than 5 attempts during that first half. Or maybe it's not attempts. The opportunities were there, weren't there, with the crosses and stuff. So, yeah. John Bloggs says, Maddison was useless at the end of the season. That penalty miss against Everton basically sent them down. A player who lost his bottle when it counted, he'll fit in great at Spuds. Well, yeah, I mean, I know the penalty you're talking about is dreadful, absolutely dreadful penalty. And of course, they drew that game when they could have won it, which would have kept them up. But there you go. Jim says, does talking shit count as another language? I guess so. I
think we're all fluent in that at times, aren't we?
Yeah. Ian, Germans do have big noses. I don't know whether he's quoting me or he actually believes that as well. Julie J says big noses mean big. No, they don't. No, they don't. Big feet. Handkerchiefs, yes, absolutely. Chris says the latest reports suggest Newcastle United are plotting a potential move for Portuguese international Gonçalo Ramos.
We shall see.
Billy, are you getting live event has ended on your screen?
I've got my finger in it. Yes.
It's basically, that's a bit weird. We'll see if that starts up again. Josh says, cheers from your favourite Philly mag. Woodby says, Germans don't have big noses. They just have small moustaches.
And the one with the small moustache didn't like big noses, did he? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Andrew says Helmut Bulbersbeek.
That was his name.
Yeah, John says Hitler had a small nose and apparently small one, but he did have. Did he? I think that's not just the song. That is true, isn't it?
I'm not sure. It's definitely it's a
I
song in
remember the
folklore.
song about him having one born, the other being in the Albert Hall, but I'm not sure whether that was just a war song. We're back on again. We're just seeing highlights now of the first half. So I think that was just an error. David says, I watched Adam P today. Szoboszlai is going to Liverpool. That's not what he said, David, to be honest. Are you in level 7 again and not getting the right information? What he did state was that Liverpool had entered the race to sign Szoboszlai, not that he's going to Liverpool. David, you see, you need to get the right information because you put that sort of thing on the screen and people think, well, what's he going to Liverpool for? They've just entered the race for him, if there is indeed any race at all for him at the moment. Caden says, I've got the app, I've got no problems. Stephen says, go out and give Arda Güler's dad the 17 million. I mean, yeah, did you read about that, Billy?
Yeah, apparently his dad's his agent and he wants 18 million quid, isn't it? 18 million
sign on. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Honestly, just crazy. Let's have a look. Woodby says, anyone in the USA able to view the UEFA games? I can't, but it may be the drugs I'm on. Gee, me. Ian says, big thanks to Paul and all of the TTR for your donations towards my charity fundraiser for my sports club. Can't explain how much your support means to me and Stamfordham Sports Club. Ian came over today this morning for a couple of hours. We had a good bit of banter this morning. And I've given the Shelby framed shirt and for him to make some money on that because it was too heavy to go on my wall. Simple as that. Well, it was either too heavy to go on my wall or I just couldn't be asked to put it up. So Ian's got it to give away and certainly happy to do that. More will be coming because we're going to get Ian on early next week. And he's coming on for 10 minutes to talk about the raffle that he's doing and things like that and where you can buy tickets for that and certain stuff. Alan says he uses Bing and got into the match easy. Is Bing's the Microsoft one, isn't it? It used to be, it used to be, what did they used to call it? Oh.
No, I can't remember.
What was the Windows internet? Christ.
It was shite, wasn't it? It wouldn't let you go on anything.
Terrible. I won't use I won't use anything to do with Microsoft for browser. It's just awful. I cannot remember what it was called. I'm sure somebody will let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
Ian says Romania VPN doesn't work for me. Brace browser didn't work. Just loving the dulcet tones of the Toon Review trio. Well, there you go. You still got us, Ian, at the end of the day. So thank you for that. France won, Switzerland won, by the way, at halftime in the other game. I'm not sure how that. I think France are already through, to be honest. So I think they've made a few changes for tonight.
Explorer, yeah, Windows Explorer.
Windows Explorer, of course it was.
Explorer, yeah, it was fucking dreadful, wasn't it?
Absolutely shocking.
I don't know. France drew against Norway, so if Italy were to win tonight, France.
Oh, did they not beat Norway? I knew it was 0-0 at half time. I didn't realise they hadn't beat them.
I think he finishes a draw. So yeah, I think.
Wow.
If Italy were to win tonight, that pushes
they
them
win
down
the group,
to
so they might avoid playing Spain in the quarters. Then, so it may not be all over. But I mean, Italy need to score here first, of course.
Yeah, they do.
Ian says yes, it's true about Hitler. Fair enough. Joe's asking if I would take Conor Cody at the Toon. Not anymore, mate. And judging by what I've heard today, he's off to Leicester in the Championship. So Leicester are actually already sort of looking where they're going to spend this Maddison money by the looks of things. And they've got a couple of good options. I mean, they're talking about, obviously, Winks has gone there. And whatever you say about Winks, he's a decent player, certainly for the Championship now. And obviously, if they get Conor Cody in, rebuilding to get promoted, I guess, Billy, is what they need to do.
Yeah, I'm surprised Conor Cody would go there. I mean, in England international not that long ago. Surely he'd still have ambitions to play for England. I'm not sure.
Well, you thought, but, football's a funny old game, Billy. It's a funny old game.
It is, yeah. It is.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's a couple of people, including, Chippers and I Like Coffee, saying Cody's off to Leicester. Yeah, I heard that today. Tom says Hitler's real name was Adolf von Bollock.
It was Schicklgruber, Tom. Even I know that.
Yeah. Good to hear Szoboszlai's gone to Liverpool. He's not. He's not. Liverpool have entered the race, guys. Let's not panic yet. He hasn't gone yet. Look, there's a long way to go on Szoboszlai. I don't think that's going to be sorted out anytime soon. Madison confirmed, according to Fabrizio. Yeah, he's passed his medical, Billy. Yeah.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Craig says Internet Explorer. Yes, Internet Explorer. Horrendous. I think they changed the name of it to make it sound more because everybody was sick of Windows Explorer. They changed the name a couple of times. I've just actually had a look at the new Opera browser. It looks brilliant, and it includes a free VPN. So I'm going to have a look at that later on tonight. So there you go. Ian's back. And you're a flipping lovely, generous soul, Paul, and you love helping kids get sporting opportunities in the Northeast. Thank you, Ian. That's really kind of you, mate. I do try and help as much as I can. And having this platform obviously helps with that. Stu says we want players who are fully committed to our future, not just in it for the big pay deal, or they want to be near London, etc. Well, I mean, everybody's saying it. Look, I don't blame him. Do I think less of Maddison for going to Tottenham? No, it's his choice at the end of the day. I just think that he would have had a better opportunity, Billy, to win things with the where we are now. If you compare where Tottenham are now to where Newcastle are, it's very different.
It's like, I mean, we're playing in Champions League this year. Spurs haven't got any European football. Yeah. So a footballer, surely, his ambition is to play at the highest level possible. Playing for us at the minute is like playing at Wembley Stadium, and playing for Spurs is like playing at Bournemouth Stadium. It's apart. So why you choose to go there? It's got to be down to money and location, I guess. Has got something to do with it. Although, as we all know, Newcastle is the finest city in England, and people that ignore that are mental, in my opinion.
Yeah. Nort says Opera GX is the best browser. Well, Opera GX, but they're bringing out Opera One now, and it looks brilliant. It really does. And it's available on Mac as well. So I'm going to have a look at that tonight. Hey, aren't we just a rave education on this channel, Billy? I mean, we've been talking history, geography. Now we're talking about browsers. Alex has been to shopping back in record time. Are you kind of Usain Bolt?
Well, no, I live in a village and the shop's like very close.
Yeah. Julie says free VPN only for so many days on Opera. They're expanding that, Julie, on Opera One. Hitler's cousin was Chinese. They called him Wan Hung Lo. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's a proper Billy joke, that is.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. Cruz says, hi, lads. Loving the watch-alongs lately. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Ian says there's lots of free VPNs. Yes, there is. Madison knew we wanted him last year, so it's his loss being in the Champions League. Yeah. Arnie says, as it stands, Italy are out, Billy.
As it stands, are they? Yeah.
Let's have a look at the group.
Wow.
Group D, round 3. So, where's Group D? No. It depends. It depends how it works.
Well, at the moment, the other game's 1-1. So I don't know.
The goal difference is 0-0. They're both 0.
What the goal scored then?
Is that up to date though, Alex?
That would be unfair because surely, yeah, it is up to date. That would be massively unfair if it's not done on head-to-head because obviously Italy beat Switzerland. So
yeah. By the way, can I just say that in the CONCACAF Gold Cup today, Canada, you know, this all-conquering Canada that Ryan says is the new nation that is absolutely going to cripple the footballing world. Their result today at home was Canada 2, Guadeloupe 2. And in the other game, Guatemala beat Cuba 1-0.
Guadeloupe, a famous football hotbed of
indeed. Well, Guadeloupe do have a lot of great white sharks. There's something for you. No, as it stands, guys, Italy are still there in second position.
If Italy score and Switzerland score, France would be out, wouldn't they?
Yeah, if Switzerland, no, France have got 7 points at the moment. So if they lose, then they'd go down to 6. Italy and Switzerland win, they'll all be on 6. Well, sorry, Switzerland will be on 6 as well.
Yeah, France must have beat Norway then. France must have beat Norway then.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yeah, they must have, because they're on 7 points now as it stands. So Italy, as it stands, are still there. However, they are both Italy and Switzerland are both 0 goal difference. So if Switzerland were to score again, whether that be
it depends
draw
how
or
they
beat
manage
France,
the groups, whether it's head-to-heads, because obviously Italy beat Switzerland. Is it done on goals
no,
scored?
it's goal difference, mate. It's goal difference.
If the goal difference is the same, then is it goals scored, or then is it head-to-head? That's the question.
Well, we will have to see. You know, I do not know.
Because at the moment, the goal difference is the same.
Well, I'll have to do an Arsene Wenger. I do not know. I did not see it. So, yeah. Steven says, Paul, best VPN is Ghost. I believe they're doing a deal. Stay away from free ones. I stay away from the free ones, to be honest. I've got, who've I got? I've got Shark, funny enough. I've got Shark VPN, and it's absolutely, is it Shark?
I had Nord, but they locked me out when I changed countries. Like it went all wrong because I changed regions and it got really confusing.
Who the hell have I got? I've just loaded up my pouch. I didn't mean to load pouch. No, I don't want to end the broadcast. Christ almighty.
Don't do that.
No.
Second half is about to start.
It certainly is. I'm still trying to find who this bloody... Where's me? I'm going to have to find it now because I'll get annoyed if I don't. Where is it? Surfshark. Surfshark. Yeah, that's the one I've got.
Surfshark.
Yeah. And it's really good, actually, especially for certain things.
I've got a quiz question for you almost. I was watching a Zealand video today. Who's a football manager, YouTuber, and they were doing an interesting save you can do from each country that's available to play in Football Manager. So, you know, Kaiser Chiefs from South Africa.
Yeah.
Do you know how big their stadium is?
No, it's huge.
It's about 85,000, isn't it?
95,000 capacity.
I thought it was huge, yeah.
Madness.
By the way,
predict a few rights there.
Yeah, just a few. Can I? I predict a lot, Billy. I knew where you were going with that.
Absolute riot.
Is this right that if you build a football stadium in England, the capacity can't be bigger than Wembley? Is that true?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
I think that's correct.
I'm staggered by that. I mean, surely you built a stadium. If you build a new stadium, you build it to fit your fan base. Not that it can't be bigger than... I think that's a joke.
No,
I mean,
I don't think it really matters. I don't think we're in a position where any of the stadiums need to be bigger than that, really.
Well, no, but I mean, if we built a 100,000-seater stadium, Alex, we'd fill it. There's no doubt in my mind we'd fill it.
Would we fill 100K?
Oh, God, aye. Jesus Christ. We'd still have people in the fan zone and all. I've got no doubt about that.
With tourism, 100%. Yeah, I'm not sure if we fill 100 though. I think
people would fly in from all over the world, right, to come and be part of it. No doubt in my mind at all. You know, they wouldn't necessarily come and speak to the Toon Review because we've upset nearly every country in the world. But having said that, when the Chinese fan club was over for the last game of the season at home, I mean, they obviously crapped themselves when I said to the lads, I says, I'm going over there because I'm going to interview them. And I just went right into the middle of them and said, right, photo. And they just looked at me with very fearful eyes. But they were a good bunch, absolutely good bunch. Let's have a look.
How'd you know the name?
He's gone.
Anyway, I'm just watching the game. You just crack on with the show. Wow, Norway have had a shot. Wow, that's not the best throw from the keeper, but they've got away with that. Nonto's on the ball. Will he stay on his feet this time? Yes. Italy go through head to head as it stands. Indeed, they do. But we'll keep looking at that. Sean says the Russian who took Hitler's testicle was called who'd you gonna nick a bollock off? Thank you for that. John says, why is everyone saying Szoboszlai going to Liverpool just because Liverpool are interested in him? Come on, people. We are the richest club in the world. Newcastle in the Champions League. Liverpool, Europa League, poop. I agree with you, John. I 100% agree with you. Just because he's been linked with...
Until he just got splattered.
Well, I mean... look, Liverpool are in the running for him. They're in the race. That's as far as it goes.
But they've got more power, more pulling power than us. In terms
Have they, though? Have they?
Yes, because they can say, right, here's 200k a week, here's 220, here's 230 a week. We're not going to do that. That's the problem. And I think they've got more financial.
Could we not turn around to them and say there's 200k a week?
Well, no, we won't, though. That's the thing. We're not going to break. If we've not done it for Maddison, we're not going to do it for anyone else.
And
not
they
at
have
this
more
stage.
Historical prestige too, I would say.
So the only thing we've got sort of a better stake in is we've qualified for the Champions League and they haven't. But you know, if we're offering 120k a week to Szoboszlai and they offer like 220, it's a non-starter. Even if he's not interested as much in the money, 100k a week is such a big difference. 400k a month, like that's enormous for a young player like that. He could set his whole family up for life. You know, it's there's more to it than that.
Did anyone see that refereeing decision as something a bit strange? Or maybe not. Yeah, suplexed him, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true, Paul, the National Stadium has to be the biggest.
I don't know if Chippers is the authority on that, but...
Poor pass from Tonali there.
Sorry, there's a way you just dropped there. Can somebody go and check the Spurs Twitter account, please? Because Mason said that Spurs have put a teaser on their Twitter.
What of them lifting an imaginary cup?
Well, I mean, it could well be. It could well be. Norway have a throw in here, and I take it he's going to go long, but judging on his last throw in, he threw right to the goalkeeper. So it may well go to exactly the same bloody place here. There's a lot of elastic bands on heads today. Here's another long throw. And Tonali did well, actually, there. Good strength. Won a free kick. Cruz says, me being from Canada, what way would I go about getting tickets for around the end or the beginning of the December break? Cruz, I'd say that probably log on to the website now and keep it open until December. Might be your best bet to get tickets.
Okay, so their teaser is somebody picking up darts in the changing room. So yeah, of course it's Maddison. So he goes to the darts.
Yes, he does.
Unless I've signed Phil Taylor.
I'm thinking it's Maddison.
Is he still alive?
Who? Phil Taylor? Alex, bloody hell. I mean, that's harsh. That
Well, they drink 10 pints and play a game every day.
No, see, you're stereotyping darts now, and I have to step in there because it's not like
that was the old school way. I don't know.
Well, you're thinking the old sort of who was that guy who used to smoke constantly, Billy?
Jockey Wilson.
Jockey
Who's
Wilson.
the guy with the ponytail, the English guy?
He's not English. I think you're thinking of the Australian.
No, he was English. It was 10, 15 years ago. Can't remember his name.
Ponytail.
Oh, you're thinking of I don't think he was PDC. I think you're thinking of the other one.
He was on a weight loss show as well at one point.
Oh, Andy Fordham.
Andy Fordham. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
He owned up to it. It was like he drinks 10 pints every day, practices his darts. Like that was literally what he did.
You don't know, he's dead.
I feel like my point was fair then.
No, because you're thinking a long time back where they used to have like 40 Benson and Hedges and 25 pints of lager on the hockey. It's not like that anymore.
When it was a proper game in them days.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Jun says, I can confirm the Chinese government are not a fan of this channel.
Well, I'd still like to visit China, so I'm not. I respect the country and the culture. Would love to visit.
Wow. I can't actually believe that Italy haven't brought a proper striker yet. It's just bizarre. Kieran says, if Robson's Newcastle had beaten Marseille in the Europa League semi-finals, we'd have played Rafa's Valencia. Interesting how things turned out. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
That was a horrible day for me. Hated that day.
Pretty dropper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bartels
actually, that's where Henry Winter told us a story from that game. Remember Drogba coming into with his underpants on into the Newcastle dressing room. John says Liverpool are skint. They need to get rid of players.
No, they're not. They'll find a way.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion as well. I think that they always find a way suddenly. I think that's just a load of bollocks from Klopp, saying that they've got no money when realistically they have.
They've won the Champions League. They've won the Premier League recently as well. They get they get good sponsorship. They get good revenue. Firmino's gone. Like it's all just nonsense.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Simon says, I reckon Bruno's new deal will be close to 200k a week.
I don't know. I disagree.
I mean, look, they're going to have to give him a hefty wage, though, aren't they? If they do want to keep him for seasons to come, I think it'll be very. I
think it's a case of structuring pay rises season on season, depending on how we're doing and how he's doing. I think he's
there's bonuses and things like that can add into it, isn't there?
Well, no,
rather than
pay
just
rises.
a standard wage.
If next season we achieve this and you hit this, you get a 10% or a 5% rise in this, and
Yeah. Interesting from Andrew. He says, simple, just make St. James's Park the national stadium. Yeah. Do we have any indication when the fan zone's going to be built? Is that for the coming season? Oh, ouch. Norway have a chance here. Long shot. Good save. Wow. I mean, Italy went to pieces in the second half of the last game, didn't they, against Switzerland? 3-0 up at half time, and then they ended up just winning 3-2. They went to pot in the second half, and it's going the same way here. The dish all over the place. Phil Taylor still plays here and there. Yeah, he does a lot of touring and just those sort of, what do you call them? Demonstration game or whatever. That's the one I was looking for. I couldn't think of the word there. Eric Bristow was the same. Geordie Toon for Life says Alex as he's drinking a brown ale.
I thought something was that, actually.
Yeah. Matty Bonswell has joined League Two side Newport County on loan for the season.
Can we get it again?
What a ball by Tonali that was, by the way. He's now got it at the byline again, and it's into the keeper's arms. Yeah, but again, I mean, Christ, the delivery's coming into that box, and Italy just cannot convert. Peter Cesare Madison, a Spurs friend, reckons that Newcastle are only be in the Champions League once. Spurs, on the other hand, will get back in the future. Well, Peter, you know as well as I do.
We're just ignoring the fact that we're the richest club in the world, yeah? Okay,
fine. Kieran says, for me, we should go all out for the Georgia International. What the hell just happened there? I was reading that out and it's just jumped. Oh, there you are. We should go for the international. Him could be the next Ketsbaia. Well, I think he'd be better than Ketsbaia.
He won't be too expensive, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I think he'd be a little bit better than Ketsbaia. He was just a head case, to be honest.
Well played.
Good defending that. Ketsbaia was just a head case.
Oh, what a terrible pass.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dear me. That's shite up front, Italy, ain't they? Christ almighty.
They are terrible, man. I mean, they are under threat here of going out. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Let's have a look, see if there's a...
The link-up play of a Connect 4 set that's got no bottom on it.
Well, as it stands, it's still 1-1 between France and Switzerland. So as it stands, Italy still go through. However, if Norway score, Italy will be saying bye-bye.
Go on in. You in here?
Oh, it's not no 1-on-1. One defender in front of him.
Oh,
I thought he'd hit the roof of the net, but it's the side netting. Dear God.
What a good knobhead. So Spurs have started James Maddison, by the way. That's official now.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, wow. Why didn't he go across the keeper into the bottom corner?
The keeper didn't even move because he knew it was absolutely nowhere near.
I must say, when I first saw that, I thought he roofed it, but it was into the side netting.
I think he's been roofied.
What a good knobhead.
We don't promote the use of drugs on
Bob's
on, guys, despite many different...
No, but he's playing like he's been drugged. He's awful.
Yeah, Bob's come on for Norway.
Shocking.
I mean, have we heard of Bob before? Who does Bob play for?
Bob.
Yeah, his surname's Bob. B-O-B-B.
Oh, B-O-B-B.
Well then, Bob.
Yeah. Rice deal is agreed, 105 million to Arsenal. Julie J says, we're getting a gem. We really are. Yes, we are. I mean, this guy looks...
Oh, I can't even throw properly.
I mean, I don't know what to make of Italy. They must know that we're doing a watch-along, you know, because it just seems like... Oh, good skill. Norway look like they brought a couple of attackers on here, so it's not... this game's not ended. Spurs fans, I'm used to them down here, says Julie, just like the weather, full of hot air. Yeah, they've been making the mouths go on social media all day, haven't they? But, I mean, they're trying to goad the Newcastle fans, and all the Newcastle fans are doing is just putting clips of the 6-1 as a reply. Norway into the box here. Cross comes in. Oh.
But it's easy to shut it down. It's a case of 170k wages. We're not going to pay that because Trippier's on 125. We're not going to pay somebody 50k more per week. We're not extending it by that much this soon. Very simple. We just walked away from the deal because of the price.
Yeah. Adam's saying that Newcastle are in talks with Palace's Anderson. Yeah, that was. I mean, look, I don't know.
Recently, it's not a bad shout.
Yeah, how far down the line that is.
But...
Chance for Norway. Chance. Oh,
what the frig was that?
Tonali here. Nice ball out. He doesn't like, you know, when Tonali passes the ball, he very rarely gives it away, does he? I mean, he always seems to find a blue shirt. That's an awful pass, by the way. Not from Tonali, guys. Just
Pellegri's running like he's literally in sand. Like what was that?
I mean, look at him. He looks absolutely knackered.
Pellegrini, both of the strikers need subbing off.
Unbelievable.
Pellegri's knackered, and Nanto's decision making is just atrocious.
Mark says he can remember when Ketsbai was kicking the boards on the side of the pitch. Exactly. I mean, he ripped his shirt off, he kicked the boards, and he kept on going. The man was just a nutcase. He was. I mean, Billy, come on. He wasn't the full sense, was he? He was shilling. He was just all over the shop.
Very frustrated, man, wasn't he? He wanted to play more often. He never really got a consistent run of starts, did he? And at the same time, his mate at Man City, King Clancy, was ripping it up, wasn't he? So
yeah, good play him. Like King Clancy was a really good play. Italy are out of the shop here, by the way.
I mean, Norway's passing sequences are not too bad. They're actually coming off quite well.
I mean, Italy are a serious risk of going out of this competition tonight.
There's some nice little triangles from Norway on the right wing, and Italy are just not dealing with them. They're just ball watching, no energy at all, no intensity. The game's gone completely flat.
It's what they did in the second half against Switzerland, though, Alex. They just went to pieces in the second half.
Pellegrini looks like he's run a marathon. The man off.
Here comes Colombo.
Yeah, Ganonto's going off. Colombo's coming on to solve the problem.
Pellegrini's off as well.
He'll just sit out. He'll just sit out before the end, no doubt.
Yeah, he will. Just at the last minute, Billy, all will be revealed. And everything will be fantastic. I think Pellegrini needs oxygen.
Honestly, he looks like he's in the World Cup semi-final and they've played extra time the last 5 games in a row. He looks absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
That's the first one I've seen him without his overcoat.
Sean Casey reporting we are in advanced talk. No, it's not Sean Casey. Sean Casey. Look, guys, it's mainstream media that are reporting that, not Sean Casey. Okay. Wow. Irregularity says Colombo's on to find the winner. Yeah, definitely. This is like watching goggle boxes, Carl. Well, you know, we bring entertainment. We bring entertainment as well as the watch along. But, you know, we've got 850 watching. Thank you so much, guys, for
Tomorrow's
just
watch along to the life of Brian.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Did you see that somebody put the full film of goal on Twitter yesterday?
I know, I retweeted it. Did you not see
the full film?
I just retweeted it with.
I think it was your retweet I saw, to be honest, Alex. That was unbelievable. I mean, I still haven't watched it yet, despite it now being on Twitter.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it, mate. No, I've never watched it.
I never saw the first one. I didn't see it. I didn't watch the other two.
Yeah, I've been told that I should watch it, so
yes,
I will.
Watch it. It's amazing.
I will at one stage. Simon says, "What's happening with Livermento?" Well, the fact that they wanted £50 million is a big stumbling block, I think. Ridiculous. By the way, guys, Ian has had success. He's finally on. Team viewer from Spain to my desktop in the UK and played the game from there. Only took me 60 minutes in a physical PC in the UK. Well, there you go. Absolutely.
So you had to dial into a PC in another country to watch it.
That's bizarre. Very bizarre. Guys, have you noticed these headbands that some of these players are wearing? They're not like proper maxi headbands. They're like little thin elastic bands, which makes them look even more girly.
More Canidja-ish. Canidja used to wear them like that, didn't he?
There is a bit of a Fernando Torres trend sort of coming back, isn't there?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. But Norway look the better side here, guys. And I mean, look, some people will be hoping Italy. Some people are hoping Italy lose so that we get to see Tonali quicker.
His passing is
it's dreadful, man.
Struggle a little bit.
It's terrible. I mean, look, Italy. I mean, what a ball down the right. This is
nice run as well.
Absolutely. Is that Bob number 17? He skinned him. Oh, it's in! We've scored!
No way, Jose.
And Italy are heading home, guys. They are heading home as it stands.
It's Ian who scored as well. So Ian Boffheim.
Shocking defending.
Boffheim has scored indeed. Colombo looks on in absolute horror as he lights up a big Cuban. Unbelievable.
They'll be looking for someone to lose.
That look, yeah, that looked like he mishit that, to be fair, didn't it? And it just sort of about it, like, I mean, we're going to see. I mean, the defender was skinned there, completely skinned. Oh no, it was a good finish actually.
What's the goalkeeper doing?
Well, I don't know where the goalkeeper is there.
I don't think he was expecting the hit to go into the floor. To be fair to him.
Well, I mean,
what's he doing?
Yeah, he kind of scuffed the finish, but brilliant work from Bob, though. I mean, they're
the near post. What's he doing?
I don't know.
He was trying to intercept the sort of cross, I think.
Hey, but that by the way, can I just say that Bob looks like he's got some skill about him. That's a few times that he's done the Italians there. Hey, Bob for our new right-sided midfielder, guys. Bob. I mean, if there's ever a name that should be playing for Newcastle, it's Bob.
We had it before. Laurent
Norway coming forward again.
Bob for sure.
Bob's on the run again. I tell you what, here come Norway. That's offside, surely.
Far too late for that.
Yeah, that was a bad pass.
There's some bad players in the Norway side, though. Botham, however we're saying his name, Ian. He's not too bad.
Yeah.
He's 28 appearances for Salernitana in Italy.
Kungle Fox, you're going to have to...
He wasn't offside. He wasn't offside there.
Yeah, he did bad officiating. And that's not the first time we've said this in this tournament. By the way, Kungle Fox, you really need to change your picture, because every time I see it, I keep thinking Billy's made a comment. And I'm thinking, why is he commenting in the chat when he's on the bloody screen? But there you go. I mean, that
looks like an Ajax shirt or an Arsenal shirt or something.
No, it's his red Adidas shirt. He's had to explain that shirt many times in the past. but I'm not sure whether Billy's celebrating a goal there or he's watching something he shouldn't be. I don't know. Tonali will be here tomorrow, says Chippers. Straight for a sausage roll in the Metro Centre, will Tonali. Yeah,
I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed. I hope Italy score because I kind of wanted to see Italy-Spain on Saturday. So obviously, if the results stand, we're not going to get to see that. But
no, but the way Italy are playing, Alex, Spain will just absolutely
but Italy were okay against France and arguably should have had a draw in that game. So they can play up to the occasion. They're just atrocious against Norway. Like, it happens.
Well, there was shocking second half against Switzerland, so it's just seemed to carry over. I mean, they've lost the ball then. Terrible position. But those substitutions by Norway have made a difference, by the way, bringing those two attacking lads on. Bob's been a massive hit. I love Bob. I'm going to sign him on Football Manager. I don't care what his stats are. I want a Bob playing for Newcastle.
That's how you get Jeff Hendricks through the door.
Yeah.
Tonali's playing further of the field now, by the way.
He is. He's definitely moved up. John says my goldfish keeps telling me he's called Bob. That's terrible. Ian says first Alex slags off Chippers, then he slags off Phil, the bastard Power Taylor. What is up with you, Manx prick?
I didn't slag him off. I was just asking if he's still alive.
Well, is he talking to you? Because I think like you're not a Manx prick, are you? You're not from Manchester, so I don't think.
No, Manx.
M-A-N-X.
Oh, yes. Man. He does love you. He admitted to me today, though, that he does love you, Alex.
Oh, so, Colombo, well there, nearly.
Yeah. I like Phil Taylor. I wasn't sure if he was still alive or not.
I mean, Alex, that's it. I don't know.
He's arguably pushing what? He's got to be 60 quite soon, and he's lived quite a lavish, quite an aggressive lifestyle for quite a long time. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I like the guy, and he's a cracking darts player. But fair question, I guess. I'm not slagging him off.
Yeah. Godfather says Paul is a watch-along show tonight. It is a watch-along, but we did this the other night. We don't sort of commentate on this game. We just sort of talk about it and talk about Newcastle.
You don't want to hear, Hegheim has passed to Dalland, back to Hegheim, back to Hegheim's, it's Norway U21's. Like
Nontour falls on his ass yet again.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Scotty says, you guys have saved me today on a health and safety course, which, as you can imagine, I've been on many of them in the past. To come home to watch you guys has genuinely made my night. Thank you very much, Scott. Appreciate that, buddy. Madison confirmed for Spurs. Yep, indeed. Barbara, good evening to you. I've hit the wrong button. Jeff Hendrick came on for Ireland in their last game, and he played very well. I think he may well have a role to play next season. Barbara?
Barbara's been
drinking. Barbara? I'll talk quietly, so it's just me and you. Forget the rest of them. There's nobody else watching, right? But you've had a mare, right? Stay off the alcohol, Barbara. I know, you like a bit of a in Ireland, but to come out with that, I mean, listen, Hendrick is born to play the role of Pele at some point. However, not for Newcastle.
Moretti's coming on. I got the wrong beer.
Yeah, Moretti. Jack says, I feel Italy look like they've got no motivation to cross because there's bog all in the box. Well,
that's a fair point, to be fair. After the first 10 crosses, they probably just have decided, what's the point anymore? Then Nonto's not going to get on the end of any of them.
Absolutely. Niall responds to Barbara and says, my God, it was Gibraltar.
Was it? I didn't even know that.
It was against Gibraltar. I mean, listen, I'm sure me and Billy can do a good job at centre-back playing for Ireland against Gibraltar. You know what I mean? They're just made up of various plumbers and monkeys and things like that are on the island.
Playing a back three against Gibraltar would probably be all right.
Indeed. Yeah, absolutely. Seacrest, even if Italy go out, there's no saying Tonali will be on a plane to the Toon tomorrow. No, they'll plan it out, obviously, but it will be obviously a bit sooner than it would be later, which is good. Kieran says, I agree with Barbara. Remember Hendrick in the West Ham game on debut? He has the Kieran, No, come on. Jesus Christ.
What is happening?
I mean,
I
Kieran,
know there's been no football for a few weeks, but
yeah.
people are losing the plot. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a compilation of Jeff Hendrick because it's atrocious.
Look,
unless
he
role
scored,
means program salesman or something like that, I could
Yes.
settle for that.
he scored on his debut, and he scored a lovely goal against Wolves, but that's about it. Let's be honest.
I spend so much of my time providing information as best as I can for people so they can learn about players who they maybe don't watch as often. And I've got people saying Jeff Hendrick is possibly good enough. Right. I mean,
I kind of worry about those comments. Irregularity says, oh, yeah, chance. Oh,
what's he doing? What the frick was that?
That was awful. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where you expected the ball to actually go there. But it was a rather poor finish. I mean, I see what he's trying to do is bend it in the far corner, but he was never in a position to do that. Anyway, Tonali's got a corner here. Let's see what he does with this one. And it comes. Oh, it's bang on the button again, and the header is awful. I mean, my God. A corner like that should be, beautiful corner again, Billy.
Yep, right in the head. Terrible header again.
Bloody hell. Irregularity says, I'm Irish. Hendrick is shite. Last time he was good was Euro 2016. As Alex has suddenly brought the stats up.
Right. For people wanting to see, that's Jeff Hendrick on 4,000 minutes of championship football. That is atrocious. He's in the bottom. Look, this isn't against Premier League. This is his peers in the Championship and the relative leagues. Bottom first percentile for tackles, second percentile for passes attempted, third percentile for progress. You could not go backwards any more than that.
I mean,
that is abysmal.
Look at the players. Look at the players that he's linked with. I don't think I know one of them names.
I know Lewis Baker from Stoke City. I don't know any of the names.
I mean, come on,
I've heard of Regan Slater from Hull.
Yeah,
Clive
give me a break. Jesus. I like coffee says Jeff Hendrick scoring bicycle kicks against AC Milan next season. Jack says I want Tonali to sign tomorrow or the day after so we can fully know he's with the team and go and sign some more players. Might be wrong. I don't know. I don't think it'll be tomorrow. I think more realistically, if they lose tonight, probably Friday. Which is we did predict Friday, didn't we, guys? I think we did. If you look back to my show as well, the Daily News, Friday was there, but we don't know. We're not in the know, so that was just a guess, to be honest. Jorgen says, as a Norwegian, I have to say that Bob plays for Manchester City. Please take him to Newcastle. He plays for City, does he? Well, there you go. He's made a difference.
I hadn't had a look at the substitutes bench, to be fair. I only looked at the starting 11, so I don't know who Bob is.
Well, I tell you what, he's been all over the pitch. He's on the ball again. Just lovely little layoff from Bob there. Norway on the attack again. Bob's made a big difference. That's an awful through ball, by the way. That could have been another goal.
Oscar Bob.
Is that his name? Oscar Bob?
Oscar Bob is his name.
Well, wait, we have a chance here. 2-1-2.
Same
2-1-2. 2-1-2. Wow!
It's piss poor, isn't it?
That's terrible finishing, man. I mean, why blast it over from there? Just place it. I mean, if I was the Italian manager tonight, I'd be doing me nut, guys. I mean, that's just awful, that, like. Cambiaghi.
So, Oscar Bob, yeah, Man City, 19 years old, nearly 20. Been in their academy for a few years. Probably why he looks quite tidy.
Ian McKenna's come back with stats on everything. I think they are when we're talking about Jeff Hendrick, Ian, to be honest, mate. Absolutely.
He fails the eye test, the stats test, and probably every other test except
unless it means the stats flatter him.
Well, they're probably right, Billy. Yeah, they do flatter him. Oh, my God. Oh, what a turn by Bob. That was class, and he was then pulled back, but the referee says no.
Mate. Hendrick's making 20-odd passes a game. Against Leicester, Trippier made like 120 passes. That's the difference.
That's on the attack again. Yep. They can't hold it, though. And the referee gives a free kick to Norway. Cleedon Maggs says, hi, chaps, great stream, loving the crack. Do you think Leipzig are unlikely to want to sell Big Dom, considering they've sold Nkunku for 50 million and it looks like Vardiol is going for 90 to Man City? Nkunku, wasn't he a free?
No. 85
Or
million.
did they all right, okay.
But Leipzig are a selling club. That's what they do. That's their modus operandi, isn't it? They just build them up.
Yeah, but they're not going to need to sell if they sell Gvardiol as well for a massive fee. Then I don't think Szoboszlai is going to move because they'll have enough money to just say nope.
I mean, Italy are absolutely shocking here. Dreadful doesn't even cover it. To be honest, I've liked what I've seen from Tonali. I have to say, his corners are exceptional. As we're just seeing the goal again for Norway. Doesn't matter, Billy. It's in the back of the net. You know what I mean?
Doesn't look positive for the future of the Italian national team if this is the crop coming.
Well, absolutely. I mean, look.
Ball.
Got a chance
Why'd you
here.
go backwards?
Chance.
Believe in yourselves, lads. It's Norway. Just so cautious.
They're defending
You're
well.
1-0 down. You need to score.
By the way, lads, France are 3-1 up against Switzerland now, but Switzerland incredibly still go through because of the goal difference over Italy. It's mental. So Italy need to score because I mean,
goal scored then because the goal difference can't be.
Yeah, France are +4, Switzerland -2, Italy -1.
Well, that's still got a better goal difference.
How if Switzerland have lost 3-2?
It must be goal scored. It's got to be goal scored. It has to be.
Mm-hmm.
That must be, yeah. Yeah, it must be.
How many points have Norway got now? Well, this is their first.
They're on 3 points as well, so Norway can't do any better than what they're doing now. Although,
so Switzerland have got a worse goal difference, so it must be on goal scored.
It must be on goal scored, yeah. So Switzerland going through at the moment. So Italy are in deep shit.
Which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, by the way.
Well, I can't understand why it's not goal
Considering
difference.
we use goal difference and head-to-head as the first two metrics in most of European football. So for them to use something completely like neither of those two, insane.
I think Kieran's on the wind-up now, or he's absolutely hammered. There's a reason that AC Milan were in for Hendrik. He is a talented midfielder who just lacks a bit of pace.
And ability.
And everything. And yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but
you're going to be.
Absolutely no way. Yeah. Not a chance in hell. He's not even... If anything, he's really struggled in the championship. In fact, he struggled more than I thought he was going to in the championship. He's not been very good at all.
Yeah.
If you watch any of... I mentioned this yesterday. James Lawrence Olcott obviously was a QPR fan and he went and played for QPR. It was mixed. The reception was mixed. He's not doing it at the level below we're at.
Yeah. Ab says, I think Tonali is a good fit for us, but doesn't seem to be worth over 40 million from what I've seen.
You got to remember the players he's playing with here. Absolutely, the quality of the players he's playing with is absolutely outrageously bad.
It's like putting Bruno in this team. It's not going to make the team. You know, he's going to be fine, but the team is still the team.
Look for how he played for Milan is where you want to get the basics of how good this player is, and how look at the reaction from the Milan fans, etc. This guy is a talent.
Oh my God! How has that not gone in?
What the hell?
Has he missed it there? They're not going to score.
How has that not gone in? That is astonishing. And more so, what is that Italy defender doing? And what is the goalkeeper? I mean, Christ on a bike. Chill out.
Oh my God.
They missed one similar against France, didn't they, as well?
Yeah, but let's be honest, guys. The original header was awful. It was absolutely awful. And then to hit the bar from literally... Wow, he's done an Isak. Oh, good save. Great skill on the byline. Nice play by Norway, this. Wow.
The game's picked up in the last 5 minutes. Very good game.
We've got a corner. I need to see that again.
How did that not go in?
I mean, that was staggering. Absolutely staggering piece of football.
is literally.
Here we see it again.
Oh,
foot
my
out.
days. How has he missed
Guys,
it?
the first header was awful. Let's be honest. It was shocking.
No.
But how
That's
he's missed
harder to
that is
miss.
unbelievable.
It's got to
It's
be
literally
miss of the tournament.
That's worse than Bruno's when he's holding on to the post.
Yeah. That's a dreadful corner. Tonali clears for Italy. That's not where they want the best players to be, though. Time is running out here. 8 minutes to go, and Italy are heading out. That's a terrible ball.
Norway are still going for it as well, aren't they? Which is strange because the way things are, they can't qualify anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, they can if they bag a few goals, Billy, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, they've got to score more goals. Of course they have. Yeah, goals
Yeah.
scored.
I tell you what, I love how we play at club level, but it has tainted watching other styles of football for me. Because whenever I watch a team who's even remotely lethargic, I can't handle it at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
you would have handled the Germans this afternoon, Alex. They were really bad.
Oh, they were terrible. They were rotten. They had no belief. Irregularity says, in fairness, Hendrik was class in Euro 2016 against Sweden and Italy. He almost scored 2 stunners in those games, but he's lost his motivation. It's all down to him.
That was 7 years ago.
Don't forget,
7 years
Irregularity
ago.
also called him shite before, so he's just saying he had a good tournament.
No, I
then.
know, but for people mentioning the tournament in a positive way, fair enough. But 7 years ago, Jack Rodwell was a good player once upon a time. Are we still going to buy him? No.
I was one of my favourite players. What he did to Sunderland.
See, did you see that there? Tonali had the ball on the right-hand side, bursting forward. Not one Italian busting the gut to get up with him.
What the friggin' hell's that?
And then they've just kicked the ball straight out of play. Not one Italian went up to support him, so they had to go backwards.
Italy
Dreadful.
deserve to go home with this performance. It's gutless, spineless.
Sure.
If anything, to be fair, I want to see Tonali as the captain try and drag these lads up because it's pathetic at the moment.
Well, I think he's going to... I think
I need a Roy Keane thesaurus at the moment because they're not playing for the shirt at all. It's pathetic.
It's not inspiring, is he? That's a good ball. You'll get that. Oh, no, won't.
I mean, he just... It's the players around him. They're not good enough. You can see Tonali's a level above some of these players on the pitch. There is no doubt about it. You can see that from Tonali's deliveries and stuff like that have been absolutely fabulous. But there's nobody on the end of them. There's nobody to put the ball in the net. By the way, that Nusa is a bloody good player as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sadie in the first half, the 11, Nusa and Bob. They're a few tidy, very technical players, to be fair to them.
Absolutely.
Who does
Higher
Nusa play,
technical
Alex?
quality than I thought. For Nusa, I can have a look. Again, I didn't prep for the substitutes.
I'll tell you what, if I was the Norway senior manager, I'd get some of these in to play alongside, put some balls in the box for Haaland, I tell you.
Plays for Club Bruges. 500 minutes in Pro League A. He's played 4 appearances in the Champions League they gave him. He scored a goal in the Champions League as well for Club Bruges.
Wow.
Ian Toon Trader, you behave yourself. You behave yourself.
What's he said?
Well, he's calling you Ming the Merciless, but he does love you. He did state that to me today. He just likes the banter. And he likes winding people up. He's good at doing that. Italy have the ball on the left-hand side. In it comes. Oh, couldn't get a head on it again. And it goes out for a goal kick. I mean, how many times we said that tonight? Balls into the box from the Italians, but there's nobody there. Here's that corner again. What a corner from Tonali. The head is awful. And then it just hits him. He doesn't even try and put it in the net.
Oh, it's so bad.
I mean, it literally just hits the guy and bounces up off the bar. I mean, incredible. He didn't even try and put it in with his foot or his head.
Absolute muppet.
Yeah. Ian's then turned around and said, I love you, Alex. I'm sorry. So there you go. Barbara says, if I remember correctly, we got Jeff Hendrick on a free transfer, so he was good value for money.
No, he's not, because he's on £35,000 a week and has not been useful for 2 years.
Bernie should have paid us to take it off their hands, to be honest. He was awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're at 95% revenue. What's it called? Bloody wages to revenue. Whatever that. I can't remember how to say it. So having somebody on 35k a week who doesn't play is just really bad for us.
Yeah. Oh, chance here. Oh, deflected. Going for a throw-in. France are 4-1 up now, by the way, but Switzerland's still second because of the more goals scored.
That's so ridiculous. That is absurd.
That's mental. You lose it, you're getting thrashed 4-1, yet you're still going to qualify.
That's not how the main European Championships work.
You might as well just pick 11 attackers, mightn't you? You might as well just pick 11 attackers.
Exactly. Absolutely shocking. Losing that. Tony, good evening to you, buddy. It's All Black and White TV. Go and give Tony's channel a sub. Great Newcastle channel that Tony's got there. Hi, Paul, Billy, and Alex. Hope you're well. We are, matey. In comes the ball again, and the goalkeeper has it for Italy. 3 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve Italy to go through.
Just follow the ball, whoever that is.
But having said that, I mean, I think they'll be a little aggrieved when they see that Switzerland are getting thumped 4-1, yet still go through because they've scored more goals than Italy. It's terrible. It really is, isn't it? It's a terrible rule that it should be goal difference, like any other league in the world. I mean, I don't understand how these championships work sometimes. It's bizarre. But Italy have still got a little bit of time left to try and get a goal, which will see them through.
Well played.
And they're attacking again. Here they come. Ball into the box again. Cleared away.
Piss ball cross.
They are forcing Norway back a little bit, but Bob's on the case. But it's a throw in. Demi Lovato is going to take it for Italy.
Mate, I was literally just going to say exactly the same thing.
There you go. Oh, dear me. How terrible.
We're reading my mind there.
Colombo's done now, Billy.
He's been pissed off.
I saw him in the centre circle after Norway's goal, smoking a big Cuban, and that was it. I haven't seen anything else.
After the game, we'll go to the ref. Just one more thing, sir.
Yeah. And suddenly Italy will be given a goal and the Colombo music will start. Oh, dear me. Stephen says, I want you to have Barbara on for a show. She's cracking me up. Love it, Barbs. Yeah, she's a good character as Barbara. We've had her on the fan forum a few times. She's a good laugh. Great laugh as Barbara. In comes the ball to the Italy penalty box again, and the referee decides a free kick is...
Oh, play the advantage, you fucking dickhead.
Yeah, I don't know why he stopped it there. The advantage was fine.
By the way, I haven't seen Undoggy tonight. Is he French or Italian?
I think he got dropped.
Oh, okay. Rightly so, because he was...
He got dropped in the second game as well.
Here come Norway again. Oh, he skinned him, and the Italian's gone down. He's kept it in.
No, it's not a head. You don't have to. It's not the rules.
That's not a head. Demi Lovato rolling around like an absolute pussy because he mistimed his tackle and kicked himself in the ankle.
They were on the attack.
It's penalising his own team, isn't it? So he's in the middle of arse himself here.
I'd Mourinho over. I'd hook him straight away off the pitch.
He's
just ruined a counter attack for your own team. Off straight away.
The ref should have.
I mean, that's just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. 5 minutes of injury time, guys, which is we're just into now. So 5 minutes of injury time, and Italy at the moment, as it stands, are heading out.
What a ball that was for no reason. Yeah. Tonali just kicks it up and half volleys it into the centre circle.
What's effortlessly? That's never offside.
Well, Billy, I hate to argue with the officials. You know how good they've been in this tournament, matey. Tremendous officiating yet again. By the way, over 900 watching now. Thank you so much, guys. Not long left in this game, obviously, but if you have enjoyed the stream, hit the thumbs up for us because it really does mean a lot to the channel. And if you're new and like what you see, please do hit the subscribe button. Completely free to do so. And of course, the notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any future videos. 3-on-2 for Italy. Big opportunity. He's held on to it way too long, and it goes out for nothing. It's still in play. That's never been
corner there. I don't know why.
I know. I don't know why he's done that.
Well, he knows our shit.
And they're in. Tonali's in. Tonali. Oh, nobody's on the end of it, man.
He's got to look where he's passing.
I feel like doing Italian things.
Come on, Billy. Somebody should gamble there, surely. You telling me there wouldn't be a Callum Wilson there to nod that home?
Probably, but I mean, you should look where he's passing it. He's clearly passed it to space rather than to
well, yeah, he's put it right across the face of the goal. Surely you've got to think that one of your players will take a bloody gamble. There was 4 Italians there. They deserve to lose this. They deserve it. They've done nothing in this game.
So many chances.
Yeah, so hit that notification bell as well, guys, so you'll know when we go live or upload any videos. But do hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We are heading towards 21,000 now. Incredibly, we are, I think, only around 160 away from 21,000 already. Just seems like yesterday we were celebrating 20. So thank you, guys. Geordie Toon for Life says, just shows how good the coaches are in the Premier League because we play great football in this tournament. We look a class above the others, even France.
I agree.
England do look strong. They look really strong.
We got
Barbara says even Jeff Hendrick would have put that away.
I don't know.
She's a fan. She's a fan.
He'd have whacked him with his ponytail, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Anyway, Norway have a free kick here, which around about 25, 30 yards, 25 yards probably. Now, will they have a go here or will they just play it into the corner?
It was Lovato who gave it away again. He's been a hindrance. He just needs to go and sit in the corner and stop playing.
Yeah, I agree. He's been awful.
No, they'll go for it. They want to score more goals, don't they?
Yeah, I don't think another goal gets them through, though. But then there's only 2 minutes of injury time left. He is going to hit this, definitely, without a doubt. Here he comes.
I don't know what was with the Johnny Wilkinson run up there.
Why didn't the goalkeeper just hold that, by the way? There was no need to parry that at all. It was right into his arms. This is dangerous. It's a three. Well, Tonali. Oh, no, that's the first bad ball I've seen him play in this tournament.
Plenty of space behind him.
It just wasn't the right ball.
Italy give away a free kick.
There's plenty of space in behind the fullback there. He should have played it in the gap.
Barbara's excuse is that she's Irish and they all have to stick together. Well, there you go. Geordie 2 for Life says, Alex, Phil Taylor is 62, just for your information.
Well, there you go then. So somebody who's been in sort of a drinking culture sport and is in his 60s, it's not an unreasonable question to ask if he's still alive. I don't think anyway.
You're easy kill people off, Alex. Bloody hell, fire.
I'm not saying he's dead.
I know, but still, I mean, Jesus Christ. Cross comes in for the Norwegians. And Italy can't hang on to the ball. That's awful, man. That's really poor.
Touch the therapist.
No, he's not offside. Clipped in. This is a chance for Norway. Big chance.
He's in. Oh, good tackle.
He's blue for handball.
Offside.
No, he was tapping his hand, the referee.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh my days. That's surely a booking.
That's a bad tackle.
Are you absolute bottler referee?
This is Italy's last chance. We've got 10 seconds of addition. Why is he giving it short? Why are you not pumping that into the box, you balloon? Oh, wow. I mean, what a touch by Tonali. That is chance. Oh,
not going to fall for him. Or is it? No.
And that's it. That's got to be it. It is. Italy are out. Why is he kicking off about the handball? I mean, obviously, he could have been in and got a second goal, which would have seen Norway through. But wow. Seattle Geordie says, how are you, man, Alex? I'm 64. I guess I could go any day now. I mean, you've just basically told every 60-odd-year-old that just live your life to the full every day because you're going to meet your maker in a couple of hours.
The context was somebody in sort of a drinking culture sport who's constantly drinking. That was the emphasis.
There's a lot of angry Norwegians on the pitch here who feel that they have been denied a goal by that handball free kick, which, judging by the way the acting, if they had scored that goal, would have gone through.
But likewise, Italy should have had a draw against France in the first game. They were denied a clear goal. The ball crossed the line. It's been shocking officiating. The groups arguably should have been completely different to what they actually are. Because
I mean, I don't agree on this goal scored shit. But my God, Switzerland, despite getting thumped 4-1, have made it through to the quarterfinals.
I'm so disappointed. I'd made plans assuming that Italy were going to be playing Spain on Saturday.
Yeah, we planned to watch along. By the way, Alex, you have offended a lot of people. Mark says, I'm 62. Toonman says, I'm 67.
But do you drink 10 pints a day and play darts?
You never know. Geordie Toon for Life says, I'm 64. So if you don't hear from me in the next show, I'm dead. Yeah. There you go. Baz Down Under. I'm 71. Alan says, don't give me much hope at 75. John says, I'm 55 and play darts. Guess I better go for my well-manned checkup I've been avoiding for years. Peter says, I'm 69, but I look 21. Yes, you do, Peter. Yes, you do. Incredible. You guys are incredible in the chat. But send all your complaints to Alex on Twitter. Certainly, if you've got any complaints about him, saying that if you're over 60, then your life is coming to an abrupt end very soon, guys. Just incredible. Alan says, "Oh Lord, you lot, TTR and chat have been brilliant today. Thank you." Seattle Geordie. Thank you for your $10. And he says, I better give you some money while I can. Brilliant.
Put us in your will, Seattle Geordie. Put us in your will.
Yeah. Highland misses. I'm 65. He used to play darts for the Brandling Arms in Gosforth. Patrick says, I'm 69 and I look 69. My God,
we've got so many darts players in the chat.
Tony says, I'm 51 and I play darts. Well, Tony, you've got 9 years left, matey. So make what you can of that 9 years, buddy. Unbelievable. Alex makes Gary Neville look like a bloody saint. Ab says, I better phone me dad and check he's okay.
This has gone way too far.
Oh my God. Phil just simply says, we're all going to die.
That's in the know. That's in the know information I've ever seen it.
Absolutely. Would-be farmer's going to start selling Stato voodoo dolls. Oh my God. That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant, guys. Anyway, that is
into the TTR store. Stato voodoo dolls.
Oh my God. That is brilliant. Malcolm says, I'm 62 and I'm going to go and check my pulse. Oh, my God. My God. But there you go, guys. That is the end of the show. We hope you've enjoyed it. A bit of Newcastle chat and watching the game as well. We will be back tomorrow night with another transfer show. So we're going to look at some more links to players. Hopefully, Francisco will join us over in Puerto Rico to get his thoughts on how things are going at the moment as well. A brilliant show coming up tomorrow night, 7 o'clock again. We have changed our times to 7 o'clock now because it works better for everybody. Certainly for us as presenters, it gives us time to come in, get things sorted before the show. And of course, for me, especially, be able to spend a bit of time with the kids after the show.
We've had a promotion. We're not hosts, we're presenters.
Exactly. People are still going on about the ages, Alex. I think
I'm sorry. I meant people who are old and abuse alcohol together. It was not just an age thing.
Yeah, I mean, that could go down for a lot of Newcastle fans who are of that age now, Alex, because the Toon turned them to drink under Mike Ashley. So, yeah, it's the way it is. Ian says, I love yous all except Stato because he's a bit ageist. Geordie B says, I'm 71, 72 on the 21st. So I've just gone to check my pulse. Oh, my God. That's brilliant. But guys, seriously, if you have enjoyed tonight's stream, as usual, hit that thumbs up button. It is massively important to us as a channel that we keep those likes coming in and we keep on the search results, which we always do, thanks to you guys. If you're new and like what you've seen, this is basically what the channel's about. We have serious talk on football, but we like to have a bit of banter and a bit of laugh with you guys as well, rather than keep things serious all the time. But this is, fully a Newcastle channel, and we've had some great chat about channel. Tomorrow night, the transfer show, it'll be awesome. So if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so, and also the notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any videos. Thank you to all the super chatters. Thank you to the mod squad. Thank you to Billy and Alex, of course, and again, mainly thank you to you out there, because without you, we'd be nothing. But enjoy the rest of your night, guys, and we will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for the transfer show. Keep your eye open through the day for any of the Daily News recordings as well. But in the meantime, good night.
How are the lads and lasses?
Come back and check out some green.